Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Dire Roll Fire and Blade. I am so happy that we are going to have a full session this week, and that no one is going to leave abruptly.
Cheers!
Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. And the night is young.
Jake gets pretty confident tonight, guys.
I'm going in. You know what? That's what they say. You know, you have to just be confident, and people give
Fake
things
it
to
till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Exactly. All right, wait. And no one quit. See, that would have been the moment. Someone been like, and gone.
Speak now, or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they don't do that anymore.
I know.
So, how are my players doing? Everybody doing good?
Doing
Guys
good,
ready
yeah.
to play?
Mm-hmm.
Filling in for the black hole that is our fourth player is a new guy in the role of
Our
Raul.
permanent fourth player, new guy.
No.
The permanent
You take
guest.
that back.
The permanent guest.
Is that... Wouldn't that just be a squatter? You know what? You know what? That
I've got
fits.
some friends like that.
Resident squatter overall. And so, to kind of bring you up to speed, after the events of last week, I kind of did some soul searching a little bit, and I've decided that I'm going to shake things up a little bit. In order to do that, I kind of have to retcon just the last moment that we did with Stravosa waking up. Obviously, Stravosa won't be joining us. His character is now dead. And so we're going to pretend like that scene of him waking up didn't happen for multiple reasons. Which is going to lead us into this session. So a brief recap of, if you didn't catch the 30 minutes we were able to play last week, they were actually quite climactic, in more ways than one. In the vault of Par Mordrine, the party faced off with Moal and Grennan, and got pancaked. Is that pretty?
Yep.
Yeah. Is that good, guys? Sounds about right.
Yeah.
I still feel it, yeah.
Yeah. We all remember that time that Vaclo got crit and just fell over unconscious immediately.
For my exact amount of HPs.
Right.
Right, John.
Okay. So, we're going to pick up with... Oh, well, first we have to just explain what happened to Caddy. So, Caddy, just to kind of bring you up to speed, you did... In the actual dice rolling, you were not incapacitated. And originally, Grennan and Moal had teleported away, but we're changing things. Instead of teleporting, Grennan casts a spell at you, and that's the last thing you remember.
Okay.
So, by some narrative convenience, the three of you are going to wake up within moments of each other.
Am I in my new armor?
Sure.
The gray armor that we resized
Yeah.
from inside the dragon statue. I do not have the stat block for that, but we can do that later.
You know that 30 minutes prior when we're all here?
Yeah, I forgot about it till just now.
All right. Well,
How convenient.
if we have time in the break, we'll
Okay.
we'll sort that out.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the three of you wake up, and as we realize now, Caddy is clad in her dragon scale. It's very important.
Nifty.
Take it away, guys.
So,
You guys
wh-
kind of
where-
pull
where
yourselves
do we
off.
wake up?
Do we wake up at the same time?
in the
Like I
vault?
said, within moments of each other.
Oh, okay.
So let's say Vaclo will wake up first, followed shortly by Viral, and then Caddy. Not Viral. Oswald.
When Oswald wakes up, he is mid-scream, as if kind of catching up to what had happened before he took a slumber. And kind of looking around, eyes darting, he kind of gathers his situation, just straightens himself and goes, "All right, didn't assume that didn't work out."
His scream wakes Caddy up. She goes, "Oh God, why? Why would you?"
And Vaclo probably wakes up screaming, "Mohol, where are you?" He's pissed off at the guy.
Alright, so
So we're in the vault and we can't see the two elves, right?
correct. They're nowhere to be seen. Vaklo, as you are looking for a fight, you quickly scan the vault, and you kind of pass over the stairwell, and then you do a double take. You kind of come back to it, and you see that dried blood has made its way about halfway down the staircase, in a very unfortunate amount of in quantity.
Oh, so we don't hear any noises, any fights.
No, it is
coming from
incredibly
up top?
still, and there is a metallic scent in the air.
Okay, so things are worse than I thought. I'm gonna make sure everybody's in my group is fine, survived.
Well,
except
Stravos is dead.
Raposa.
Yep.
I'm gonna have a quick moment for him or her, and then I guess I'm gonna ask the others to follow me. We're gonna check what happened with the rest of the people in Paramore Drive, maybe?
Is this? Never mind. I'm gonna assume Askew is awake, but Vaklo, are you all right? Is everyone okay? Like, this was a unfortunate set of. We done got clobbered, guys.
I do remember falling first, then waking up, then falling again. You might know better what happened.
Well, yeah, that's pretty typical of you in a fight lately, ain't it?
Shh.
Oswald, or
Well, last thing I remember seeing is I fed a potion to Vaklo, and he woke up, and then the angry man with the big sword, he turned around, and not much after that till screaming just a couple of seconds ago, and realizing that you are all next to me, and that was rather embarrassing. So, and he just looks off into the wall.
yeah, but do you feel okay? Because I'm assuming you took a pretty nasty blow if you don't remember anything after that.
Well, definitely don't feel 100%, but I'm alive, so I guess that's good. Yeah.
You know, you have days like that. Well, is the blood like dripping down, or does it look like someone dragged from there?
It looks like blood flowed from above down the stairs.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah,
Yeah,
I guess,
that's a lot
Vaklo,
of
I'm-
blood.
Vaklo, I believe in. I'll follow you. Let's check it out.
Yeah, we're gonna go up top to see where all this blood comes from. Hopefully it's elf blood.
All right. So, taking point on the stairs, Vaklo starts to ascend. Like I said, at this point the blood is starting to dry, but it's still a little slick. So you ascend rather slowly. And at the very top of the stairs, where the cavity into the main floor, a single sort of tan arm is dangling. And as you approach to see who it belongs to, it twitches.
Oh, we got a live one. And Vaklo doesn't know what to do though, so he's gonna wait for the others.
And Vaklo, you take one more step, which sort of brings your head above the ledge here, and you see that the sun is beginning to set. It's about to descend below the mountains, and so you have the last bit of this kind of orange golden light filling through the windows. It's quite dim, and there's this moisture in the air, very humid, it's kind of glowing off the light. And there isn't a part of the floor that isn't covered in a body.
Oh, so everybody's dead. We've got a live one, but I'm gonna check if I can find a couple other survivors.
Who's alive? Who do we see like twitching?
Well, assuming you guys climb the rest of the stairs, the one twitching is a half orc by the name of Viral.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Goodberry, and
I think you're out of spell slots.
am I? Did I use spell slots during that fight I wasn't in?
I don't think so.
Then I should have spell slots?
Well, you did just level up, so
Yeah.
you do.
I'm gonna cast Goodberry and force feed him a berry.
All right, Viral.
Yes.
A kind of magical warmth is in your stomach, and that awakens you.
And your mouth feels minty fresh.
Right.
like mint berry crunch.
Mint berry crunch, exactly.
I was thinking more like Mentos, but okay.
Okay.
The power of mint berry crunch, if you will.
I don't know what that means.
So Voral wakes up, and his first reaction is to grunt, and then has the memories of his unfortunate accident comes back flowing into his brain. He just kind of grabs whatever feels like a weapon, so he might grab an arm or whatever, like anything that feels like a weapon, and he's gonna like kind of just raise it toward the air, so not in danger for anyone, just kind of raise it toward the air, and then realize, oh wait, I'm laying down, oh wait, there's no enemy, and then he's gonna look at Caddy and go like, what happened?
I'm gonna pat his face and be like, it's okay, have some berries, and I've got 9 more, so that should be one hit point each. There you go. We're like, have some berries, calm down, friend. You're in safe hands. Relatively small ones, but still helpful. That's for sure. You're amongst friends.
Where have they gone?
I haven't the skittiest idea.
So Oswald and Vaclo, are you looking over the dead?
Yep.
All right.
Yes, but specifically, does it look like they were just cut by like weapons, or does it look like they exploded? Like the fact that there's just body parts everywhere is kind of messing with
parts,
Oswald.
just bodies.
Just bodies.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do you still want to make a perception check?
Yeah, or even like
Actually,
a medicine check to try and figure out.
Investigation would probably be better.
I can do that as well. I mean, not well, but I can do that. Oop. For normal.
An 8?
See? Told you I couldn't do it well.
Well, you can tell that not everyone was killed by a conventional weapon, but beyond that, you're not sure.
Okay. But it's not like, so I'm just seeing like body parts blown apart. It just looks like normal combat. Okay.
Right. So, among the dead are a lot of your compatriots in the Grey Banner. Most of your compatriots in the Grey Banner. And there are also about a dozen Thanger Elves. But, much to your surprise, amongst the dead is about 15 or so orcs.
So the orcs are back with the elves again, or
And Vaclo, you recognize the orcs' markings as members of the Burning Wake clan, which were the very ones that you saw. You didn't really face them in one of the Stells. Stelberg, that's the one.
Yeah. Well, I believe it. Oh, it was Stelberg. Okay, so that's good to know. I don't really have a good mental image of how Paramordrine is, but
That's fair.
Can I? Because I'm worried about my 3 retainers that are in Paramordrine, so I want to know if the villagers are alive.
On the opposite wall of the staircase leading to the vault, there's a short flight of stairs that leads into a barracks, and your 3 retainers live in that barracks.
Okay.
So do you want to head up there and check on them?
Yep, pronto.
All right. So Vaclo kind of hustles up the stairs, and you turn to the left, and braced against the door is, well, since you didn't really get a primer on all these characters, there's the old elven woman who is a member of the Grey Banner named Sefri, and she's sitting in a pool of her own blood, several arrows impaling her, but you can see that she is wheezing and breathing as best she can. She doesn't appear conscious, but she's up against the closed door.
Okay, so I'm gonna usher Caddy here. I'm gonna tell her I found Sefri. She's barely alive, I think. And,
Barely alive.
Yeah, I'm not gonna move her. I'm guessing that would kill her, but I'm gonna tell her to like hold on. We've got somebody coming. So yep.
So,
What
Caddy,
happens from there? Can we heal her? Can we still heal her?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and spend another first level spell slot to cast Good Berry, and I'm gonna give her one berry to kind of stabilize her.
okay, kind of put it in her mouth, and you coax her to swallow, and she just kind of like, oh.
I don't wager you'll feel very good with just one of them, but I'm gonna hold on to the rest in case we find anybody else. Do you feel all right? Do you need anything else?
Why is my breath minty?
Yeah, that's me.
And she goes, ah. Well, I thought the two of you were certainly dead. I suppose the
too.
stabilizing magic of the vault spared you. I don't know if anyone else.
I'm sorry, what was that you said? The what? The what?
The vault.
All right, I understand that word.
No. Anyone who breaches the vault, we want to question. And so, long before any of you were born, the mage of the castle created a sort of a safety net. The magic that creates the sparkling lights in the vault also stabilizes any creature near death. But it hasn't been used in a long time. I don't know if the magic. I didn't know if the magic was potent enough to still work.
It does.
Well, clearly we're still here, so at least I hope that's how it works.
I'm gonna ask her what she last remembers. Who killed her? Well, who attacked her, and yeah, what was happening?
We were holding our own against the elves. We were keeping them away from the door. But suddenly, amongst their ranks, were orcs. One leading them, his eyes glowed like embers, and with a fireball of some consistency, he destroyed the door. And at that very moment, that armored elf Moal, he came up the stairs of the vault and dispatched Viral. We were ready to fight, and then Grennan joined him, and his magics were overwhelming. I knew we had wounded and non-combatants in the barracks, so I retreated. She looks around. I killed the elves that came into this room, but I blacked out. For obvious reasons.
You've done. Look, you cannot blame yourself for everything that's happened here. You've done an amazing job. I've never in my whole life seen any amount of death near this, and I lived in the wild until now. This is an unnatural amount of death.
Her face kind of darkens, and she says, "Who did we lose?"
Well, I mean, other than us, as far as I know, everybody.
Yeah, while Macabre Caddy is trying to reconfort the lady, I'm gonna tell them I'll go looking for other survivors. There might be still a couple left.
Sefri
Proceed.
painfully and slowly comes to stand, and she says, Your servants are behind this door."
I'm gonna nod and quickly open the door.
Alright. Inside, you see three familiar and incredibly worried individuals. And Kovac, the grizzled soldier veteran among your retinue, he has his weapon in hand, and he kind of braces himself, and then when he sees you, he's like, "Oh, my lord. It's been hours. We didn't know what to do."
You did well staying here, I think. Everybody else is dead. Glad to see you are all alive. And I'm gonna go to the Matron and to Bramt. I'm gonna just like rejoice that they're alive.
Hatina, your de facto adult nanny, um, she immediately finds cloth and she starts to clean your wounds. And the entire time, under her breath, she is scolding you for getting hurt so bad.
Yeah, I almost had him. You should see the other guy.
The other guy in his pristine armor.
Can I go ahead and start searching for any more survivors? 9 good berries in hand.
Okay. You open the door across the way, and the two wounded from before the final assault, they are still alive, and they are Dwath and Buckrow.
Okay. Are they stable?
They are stable, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna tell them that there are a few of us left and that we'll come to check on them soon, and continue.
When you say that, Dwath kind of like struggles to pull himself up in bed, and he's like, Aelfled? The rest of my company?
I think you should just rest. It doesn't look good. We'll do everything we can, but I need to go check on everyone else.
He just kind of like throws himself back onto the bed.
All right. Are there any rooms we haven't checked?
None that would be occupied. All the Grey Band are accounted for.
All right. So can I go back down to where all the bodies are and start checking people over? Do I need to make like a check for that?
I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and throw medicine.
Okay.
Could Oswald remember anything he had read about potentially trying to track them based on the magical energies of the orb? I know it's a long shot considering he knows like this much about it.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay, yeah, he's pretty much just going to try and think of ways that he could track them in case that's what we want to do, even though he's going to be vehemently against that.
I like your way of thinking.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
You are definitely aware of spells, though I don't know if you possess the spells in question. Nope.
Probably not, no.
Nope, you don't. Okay. Yeah, you know there is a spell, or two, or three. None of them up your sleeve. You know it's possible, definitely.
Yeah, Oswald. Oh, what happened there?
What?
It seemed like I lagged out for a second, so I
okay.
missed a huge chunk of section of what you said.
I just said you know there is a spell, you just don't know the spell.
Okay, cool.
And Caddy, yeah, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
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 So Sefri is like the highest ranking Grey Banner left, I'm guessing.
Well, they don't really have a formal rank structure. There's just leader, resident mage, and then everyone else.
Or maybe more knowledgeable member of the Grey Banner left.
De facto, yeah.
What does she think is the next step? Do we stay in Paramore? Do we leave as refugees, or?
You guys are all GMs, right? You ever have that moment where you're like, "Oh, right, that I needed to prep that."
Well, I think we should devote some serious resources to strengthening Paramordrine.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's too much important stuff to whisk away safely, right?
And I feel like it'll be hard to find a fortress this secluded and mostly secret. Uh, and sure, they know where we are here, but if we can strengthen ourselves here, we can waylay any further siege.
But if they got what they were looking for,
They have no reason to come back. I just like the idea of keeping Parmordrine. It's got historical significance, and making sure we devote some resources to it.
Sefri is not used to being asked her opinion in these matters. She's just kind of like, I don't know. Honestly, this whole castle was built to protect that seal, and now it's gone. And also, a good swath of our company now lie dead. Including, but not limited to, the mage and the leader.
But that doesn't mean all of Grey Banner is gone. Like, we're still here. And we still have a mission to keep the seal from doing further harm. And that's still, even if it's infinitesimally small, something we could do.
Well said. Yes, let's not get ourselves down. We still have a responsibility here.
She nods and she says, while I agree on principle, we are beaten. Our enemy
and still alive.
Has likely retreated back to the Thanger Forest with the item in question. And we are operating blind. And I am very badly wounded. If you'll forgive me, I just want to lie down. Maybe in the morning I can provide better counsel.
Yeah, we should probably all get a nice long rest. But first, I'm gonna turn to Vaclo and I'm gonna be like, how many enemies would the Thanger Elves have if those enemies, other parties, were made aware of what they now possess?
Good
Politically.
question. I'm sure the humans will need no further excuse to go against the Thangers, but I'm guessing other people would join us, maybe swamp gnomes.
And how many people would also be interested in putting an end to the strife caused by ogres?
Orcs.
Orcs, right, in particular.
Same here. We also have a dwarven friend we might contact, if you remember.
We are not necessarily alone.
But we are pressed for time, and I'm having an idea. I'm thinking about my retainers could be sent for messages, but I'm thinking maybe they would die anyway. They can be used as messengers.
Messages could still be sent.
Yeah. Do we have birds?
Birds?
Pigeons.
Messaging birds or pigeon? Yeah, pigeons.
Not on site.
Ah. But yes, I'm with Caddy. Well, Vaclo is with Caddy. That was out of character. My bad.
Does it look like the main gates and whatnot could be at least temporarily blocked for the night?
The main gates? You haven't really seen them. We can do a little...
the main entrance to the section that we were... Yeah.
The keep doors are kind of a smoldering ruin.
Okay.
We could pile scrap upon scrap and try to, make a simile gate.
Yeah, or as morbid as this may be, you could just pile bodies.
And at 300, yeah.
that does sound a little bit violent.
No, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't think Sefri would very much enjoy us doing that. I'm not certain I would
Well,
enjoy it. There's a lot of carnage.
we would use elves and orcs, but still.
Well, in that case,
Yeah, the nuance was important, as if.
no. I think it's a good idea to probably get corpses outside of our outside of the inside, as it were.
Yeah, I'll start shoveling.
Yeah, probably start cleaning things out. I don't know what we can do about the front gate, but I don't think I'm necessarily worried about anyone busting it down anytime soon.
Well, yeah, and in all 100 years of this castle standing, this is the first time it's ever been attacked.
So.
Hence the terrible defenses.
Well, hence the neglect.
So you're saying this castle's defense record is 0%?
Yes.
Yep.
It's kind of like the U.S.'s nuclear arsenal. You know, all our equipment is like 50 years old on it. We could break at any moment. It's kind of the same thing. It's like, you know, just because you have it doesn't mean you know how to. It just doesn't mean you upkeep it very well.
Would Oswald know if there was any place in the castle, or because I know there was one of our compatriots had a brewery in the castle, or
Outside
in the keep.
castle, yes.
Oh, it's outside.
Well,
okay.
it's in the castle, but it's outside of the keep. Sorry.
Okay. Would there be any place for general construction for should they decide to upkeep? I'm trying to think if we can build some temporary shelters for the doors.
Dirkap, the dwarf who was the brewer, was also in charge of patching up the walls. He is among the dead, but he did have a workstation for such a thing, a workshop, if you will.
I know that's maybe not the best time to suggest this, considering, and he just motions to the field of death around him. But maybe we should show up our defenses and at least close off the doors. So does anyone know how to cut wood or move stones or anything?
Well, I'm sure people know how to move stones, but whether...
Well, you point me in the direction you want, and I'll just help with whatever physical task you might need.
I have smith's tools and I know how to use them. I'm not sure they can be used in this instance, but might be able to jerry rig something.
Yeah, we can do that.
I'm not the smart.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not the smartest one. I'm not exactly knowledgeable in this sorts, but I could at least lend my aid and maybe tell people where to put stuff. I'm not exactly strong, so...
Yeah, me either, buddy.
But that's what Oswald's going to do. He's going to just start getting stuff set up to make a quick barricade should we get ambushed or attacked again for some odd reason.
And I'm gonna try to make it not fall apart. I'm gonna try to assemble something.
Okay. Is anyone proficient in carpenter's tools, mason's tools?
Only smith's tools.
Yeah.
I have a hammer.
Nope.
This is a sad moment for the Grey Banners.
I think Caddy's probably going to get a skew and develop some sort of way to pull people out of the keep, bodies out of a stretcher.
Okay, so who's on burial detail or pyre detail, however you choose, and who's on defense detail?
I'm gonna do pyre detail and move people out with a skew. If someone wants to help me flip people onto stretchers, that'd be good.
Overall, assume he's going to be put on defense detail, cutting wood and moving stone and stuff.
Okay.
Oswald would also be on defense duty just because he doesn't want to touch or be around dead people. He's trying to find busy work because he's trying not to freak out.
Got it.
So
Although
that-
you can see it on his face, and he's just like,
so Vaclo's gonna help Caddy in this case, since I can do much more than the other two with my tools.
So Caddy, you're basically the one dealing with the bodies.
I know. I mean, I'm on the funeral detail also. to
Oh,
help.
I completely misheard you. I blame sleep deprivation. Got it. Okay. So the two of you on defensive duty, what are you guys going to try to do? Just move rocks into place? Because you have a hole in the wall, the front gate got kicked in by a tree ant, and the doors to the keep got blasted down. Pretty much
Well,
every
first
gate.
the door
got-
to the keep.
Do you have carpenter's tools or?
I don't really have carpet and stool and stuff, but I can try to like force close the gate and then find something to just lay against those gates so that they might not be able to close normally, but we can at least hold them closed.
Okay.
Kind of just push the door closed and then use debris to just keep them closed.
So not really a door, more like just a barricade
Yeah,
to kind of shield y'all from the elements.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's
that's probably the best that Varol can do unless somebody else can guide him otherwise.
Okay. Well, you guys can kit that together relatively simply. No roll required. It's just a matter of going to find the scattered debris and furniture to kind of brace. That night, Vaclo, Caddy, where have you brought all the bodies? Just some open part of the courtyard, maybe the training field.
Yeah, Vaclo, do you think we should build a pyre like in a certain location, and maybe later we can kind of develop some sort of marker or monument type thing? Maybe not a monument. Monuments are tacky, but like maybe a rock that says like some bad stuff happened.
We will remember, and we probably have no choice. It's either a pyre or disease.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree about the pyre. I just think like here, or do we want to go outside the walls? I'd rather just
Yeah. do it
excuse
here.
getting tired.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to be able to get all the bodies, I guess we have no choice.
Yeah.
And that's how we would do in a siege, so seems
Yeah.
So,
fitting.
so you're gonna take the bodies like maybe 100 feet away from the castle, just outside the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where there's no flammable building adjacent. Hopefully.
Build up a pyre. This is gonna take a while. Yeah.
Well, you have the 3 retainers.
Yeah. It's just it's
Yeah,
all
Brent-
there's a lot of bodies.
Brent can help, the other are maybe a bit old.
I'm sure Kovac could lend his muscle. Older, no?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask them for help.
They definitely will help. So it's been many hours since the sunset. You finally have the pyre assembled. And the 4 of you, the 3 retainers, and Sefri, and Dwath and Buckrow, who are well enough to get out of bed at this point, kind of all
I have
assemble.
my spare berries. They can have them. They go bad in 24 hours.
They all have really good breath. And yeah, so you're all kind of gathered at the pyre.
Vaclo,
I shall do the honor. I'm gonna
Yeah.
light it, and I'm simply gonna whisper something like, "Brave your warriors, you will be remembered." Even though I don't know half of them. Yeah, I had to be solemn, as you can see.
I
Did
deeply
he
regret
add-
missing the sessions where we met you.
Vaclo, I don't really believe in like all these gods and dragons and magic stuff. Like part of me is like, this can't be like real. These things can't happen. No, people don't know this stuff. And then things like this happen, and we just watched all of our friends and vague acquaintances die, and we just had to. We had the fact of their death to deal with, the facts of dragging a whole bunch of stinking bodies out of a castle and into the woods to light them on fire. And part of me wants to believe that it mattered. How do you, like, you've been fighting for longer than I have, and mine has been a small and very niche kind of battle. How do you even live?
In strife, heroes are born. This, what happened here, it will resonate within the known kingdoms, and I'm sure the world will be changed. It is up to us to decide how this will happen.
It doesn't necessarily feel like the world's going to change for the better after all this. Did we make, like, a difference at all?
Not yet, but I swear on this fire that I will try or die trying.
I mean, yeah, Backlow, I'm behind you. You've, like...
Yeah, you can see that Vaclo's barely contained. I mean, he's trying not to cry, but he's shaking. It's like he's turning away so you can see his face.
Backlow, I didn't really take all this very serious before. I just, it was a chance to get out and do new stuff and hunt new things. But now there's like a whole world on our shoulders, and we're what's left of a pretty noble cause that I didn't really know I was signing up for. But all I have to say, I'm behind you. If you're in the Grey Banner and we keep it going, I will follow.
I was following an idea, and this idea still lives as long as we live. And I hope our friends think as you do, and I'm glad to see that we're together.
Yeah, we'll make it, bud.
He's got the emotions are getting high, so he's gonna take a short stroll, wander away, and think.
There's like this pan out where we're standing like as silhouettes against the fire, and then we just walk away.
Like Vaclo's been trying to influence everybody in the original group to go this way, and now it's like Caddy trying to motivate Vaclo to not just surrender. That's nice.
All right, just needed to get that out of the way.
I'm glad we did. I'm a little bit too much inside my head, but I still think that went well.
I have a lot of emotions.
I assume at this point you all want to sleep off the day's fighting and work.
No, I like walking around with only 10 HP.
No, good. And you don't sleep.
I've got one, and I don't have a fresh breath. So yeah, rest seems in order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we bother putting a watch tonight, or should we just sleep and think that they won't attack us again?
I mean, I think they got what they want, honestly, Oswald.
I'll ask Kovac and Brandt to make rounds on the parapets so they can advise us, and they can rest during the day.
Alright. The next morning is a somber one. One by one, the last of the Grey Banner, at least those gathered here, kind of file in to the dining room inside the keep. And I need to commit your retainers' names to memory. Hatina goes about preparing a bit of a breakfast, although generally the only kind of fresh food that the castle receives is berries and game. And since no one has been doing that in some time at this point, it's pretty much just your basic dried foods.
Well, Voral can hunt.
Yeah, I can, as long as we like are in a location I'm vaguely familiar with, I can provide rations for myself and my party.
Okay. So you want to spend the morning hunting?
Yeah. Baral should come with me though. We can
Yeah.
have a day.
Voral will also do that.
Okay.
Is there any important stuff left in the vault? Is the vault secure?
Are you
If
asking?
so, then I'm game. Yeah, I don't know much about the vault, but I'm gonna ask Sefri, I guess.
Sefri kind of thinks for a moment, and she says, "Well, there are some items remaining in the vault, but I don't know if any of them should leave."
Why didn't they take them when they took the other object there after? Seems like they could just snatch it out.
Well, generally, anything useful the Grey Banner puts to work. Everything in the vault is something that has a price. I guess not even Grennan was willing to make the price asked of the items remaining. I was not privy to the inventory of specific items, but I know there are at least a handful of items below that could be useful, but again, they will exact a cost that I'm personally not willing to commit. I know that Eofled kept a journal up in her tower that should contain the passphrase to lower the magic barrier if you guys want to see what there is.
Which way is her room? I'll go grab it, Don't worry about anything.
Okay, yeah, she directs you to the tower. It's the tallest tower. It's a part of the keep, and it's the tallest tower in the castle. At the very, very top is the Magi's quarters, and the most recent resident was Eofled. So it's got a lot of clothing, a lot of dresses, and what have you. But there is
perfect, just what I was looking for.
Found it.
Yep.
There is a sizable row of bookshelves, and then a desk. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, I would like to do that. And he's gonna really take his time on the bookshelf, on the entire quarters.
You want to take 10?
Oh no, I'll just roll.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. You look through the bookshelf. A lot of them don't really speak to you, although you do catch your eye on a few magical tomes.
Ooh. A yoink. Yoink. Yoink.
You quickly fill your bag with interesting books, I'm sure. And then you turn your attention to the desk, and you find in one of the... For you, this is like, child's play. You find in one of the drawers a false bottom, and underneath the false bottom is this small leather-bound pocketbook. And you flip it open, and it has some very interesting arcane writings. Can you go ahead and make an Arcana check?
Here goes nothing.
Okay.
Nice.
You recognize that some of the written out incantations and intricacies of arcane energy. This is a book of magical oaths and geesh, documented and recorded. From what you're reading, almost all of these are no longer in effect, but you do find one that you believe was used on Leonard Alkirk.
In what way?
Well, it is a geesh, and according to what you're reading, it prolonged his life a little bit.
Really?
But in exchange, he could not leave within 10 miles of the castle. If he did, he would fall over dead.
I remember hearing about that.
And then,
Is that
on the last page, you find what you assume to be the passphrase.
Was that all that was in the desk? Was just the book?
Well, there was Aoflid kept a personal journal, and
Okay.
she also had a spell book, but you would probably find that on her person, not in the anything of value. I'm sure you didn't burn. That would be included.
We probably put in a building somewhere, a stable or whatever.
He will definitely take her personal journal though, as well.
Okay.
And it's going to creep back down the stairs with the journal that has the passcode out in it to try and like deceive people, thinking like, "Oh, I took so long finding this one book."
Even though your backpack is overburdened with,
Yeah.
with text. Okay.
This is me leaving the library any given day.
Sefri looks up and she says, "Ah, we found it."
Yep, just took a little bit. Had to, she don't really like to hide stuff, so it took a little bit to find it, but here it is.
Well, I have no interest in what's in the vault, but if you want, you know where it is.
He is going. If this was a cartoon, there would be like an outline of his form that slowly turns into a smoke as he runs.
Is anyone else going to go with them? At this
I'm
point, we're
gonna
going to
go to
assume
watch.
that Viral and Caddy have returned from their hunt and
Yeah.
have caught suitable.
When he sees Oswald, it's Oswald, right?
Yep.
Going to the vault, Voral's not really interested because he's not going to be able to recognize anything in there, especially if it's magical. He's simply going to say, if you see something that could be used by a half-orc of my kind, feel free to bring it up.
I'm
I
curious.
will.
I'm not sure that's wise. I will accompany you
Yeah, I'm gonna go along just because I'm curious.
in case you run into any danger.
Okay. You descend into the vault, and immediately you notice that the balls of electricity that sat on golden or brass braziers that both illuminated the vault and kept you alive, they have gone out. Whatever magic was holding them was expended, keeping the three of you alive.
Of course it was.
Oswald is going to stare at the spot where he just had a brush with death for a good couple of seconds, almost like kind of tranced by it, and then is going to... I'm assuming it's like completely dark in here?
Yeah, it's pitch darkness. There's no external light source. The only light is what's coming. It was what's bouncing off of the stones going down the stairs. So it's not much. I mean, if you are a lack of a cantrip, there are plenty of torches to be found.
Okay. Yeah, I was just going to see what I
Or
could
a
get away
lantern.
with prestidigitation, but yeah, if there's a lantern or a torch, he will grab that.
Okay. So in the vault, directly across from where you come down from the stairs, there's a small flight of stairs on either side that leads up to a raised area, and you guys can see bouncing off of the light this sort of faintly blue, shimmering, transparent or translucent, almost transparent wall of energy, of magical force.
What on earth?
Can we see through?
Yeah, I said it's almost entirely transparent. There's just a faint blue shimmer reflecting off of the light.
So do we see weapons or arcane objects on the other side, or it's...
There are 4 upright caskets, each one about 6 feet tall and a few feet wide.
Okay.
Casket is a poor word. They're more like
coffers?
no, I don't know furniture. I should. I'm the son of a carpenter.
Troughs?
No, they're
Shelves?
they're basically like cabinets.
Okay.
They've got 2 doors.
Cupboards?
Cupboards works.
Ooh, wardrobe?
Sure.
Is there large? Are they large enough to be a wardrobe?
Yeah,
Okay. Cupboards are smaller, so
and there are 4 of them.
okay.
And carved into the wood making a circle when the doors are closed, are arcane signs.
I'm just gonna look at Oswald.
Yeah, he would definitely like to try and figure out what these arcane symbols mean, or
Well, you can't quite make them out through the slightly translucent barrier. It's just enough, and they're just small and far enough away that they're too obscured to really get a good read on.
okay. In that case, he will
Hello, sailor.
flip to the back of the book and look at this password, and then we'll just say the password.
It's admin.
Oh, okay. God damn it.
Again, another password puzzle.
Well, this one
admin.
is just admin. No, I kid. All right, so you mutter the arcane word, and in a blink, the barrier just kind of is gone. So you approach, and you also notice that around each of these wardrobes, carved into the stone, is a pentagram. And in this instance, this would be a magical symbol of protection, not anything else.
Interesting. Does the book mention that there are additional passwords that need to be said to, like, turn off various layers, or?
Nope.
I'm not exactly certain if everything here is safe, but proceed with caution.
You can make an Arcana check to kind of decipher what everything going on here is about.
I would certainly like to do that, because he does not want to touch something and then explode.
Right.
Or implode.
Okay.
That's just half of the fun.
You're fairly certain that the arcane writing in a circle, the pentagram, when combined, they protect whatever's inside these things from any external magic, including any kind of location spell or divination of any kind. Whatever's inside these are completely invisible until these doors are opened.
So he will relay that to the group, but also kind of start looking for other stuff that maybe could be beneficial. And he's just going to look to Vaklo and Kenny and say, if you see anything, just mention it. Let me know. Just don't touch anything in case it's magically trapped or whatnot.
But what do the symbols mean on the wardrobes?
Oh, just whatever you put in them, they can't be detected by magical means or normal means. Possibly they could lead to some sort of other world. Haven't tested that theory yet. I would need a wizard though for it, and a witch.
Well, can I open one? Can I just crack it open?
Which one? You have 4 choices.
Be careful.
The one on the leftmost one.
Door number 1.
Door number 1.
All right. You open the wardrobe. Nothing immediately happens to you. And inside, there is a small wooden stand, quite tall, which would bring whatever object this is, which is a small bottle, would be about chest level of a human. So for you, it's above your head.
Yeah.
It appears
it's
to be.
magical.
It appears to
It's
be
small and tall.
a red-orange bottle.
I'm gonna point and go, Oswald, does this count as something mystical and magical?
It seems to be a bottle, so
It's floating,
Sure.
so I assume.
not everything that's floating is magical. Just want to point that out.
Yeah, I mean,
Clouds
'cause wood
float,
floats
they're not
on
magical.
water. Bodies also float in water, so that's another one that's.
It's only if they float and they weigh the same as a duck. Then you know it's magical.
Then you know if it's magical.
Yeah, because in that case it would be a witch.
That's what I hear.
You're right. All right.
But he's gonna say, well, if you want to pick it up, they're not gonna stop you.
Oh,
And then he's gonna
ouch.
slowly position himself so that he has something in front of him and the cabinet, just in case he's wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Reach up on your tippy toes and snatch it.
climb up on top of my pig and.
All right. This is a bottle. It appears to be made of metal, probably brass. Weighs 1 pound, and it has a brass stopper on the top.
Should I open it, y'all?
I don't like magic.
What if there's? I mean, me either, buddy. But what if there's like? Is this a? If I like move it, can I tell if there's a liquid inside?
You kind of swish it next to your ear.
Yeah.
It sounds hollow.
Oh, I'm not gonna open that. It's empty. I'm gonna toss it to Oswald. Like, here, take it.
All right. When it touches
you can
Oswald.
do that like.
Oh.
Dexterity.
I was just gonna make a joke. Carry on.
Okay. But he is going to close his eyes and kind of begin chanting, almost like a Gregorian, just like throat chant,
Nice.
for a couple seconds before opening up, and his eyes are glowing, and he's going to cast some detect magic to maybe identify if it is indeed magical and what kind of energy is on it. As soon as I find my spell, there it is.
Detect magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely got the entire container is a magical construct. Magic is seeped into its very atomic structure.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were to assign a school of magic, I would have to say probably abjuration.
Okay. Interesting.
You're also sensing any magic within 30 feet of you, so.
Well, currently the wardrobes are closed, so you don't sense nothing except from this bottle.
I'm gonna point at Vaclo and be like, "What's behind door number 2?"
I don't want to know.
You're no fun.
He's very superstitious. For once, I'm not gonna be the first to danger.
Viral, do you want to open door number 2? I'm just trying to share the fun, guys.
Well, in theory, Viral is not in the vault, but if you call him out and say, like, hey, Viral, come open this door, he's gonna run downstairs and just open the door. So.
Wait, I'm gonna yell, Viral, you want to open a present?
Viral's gonna come down curiously, like, what do you mean present? There's no gift, it's a vault.
Sometimes there are presents inside important big vaults like that. We're trying to figure out what's inside of these big old wardrobes, which are kind of like boxes, which boxes are used for presents. So following that logic, it's a present. You should open door
and
number
we're all
2.
just gonna start walking toward the one you pointed and simply say, well, if you want to know what's inside, all you have to do is open them. And like, he's about to open it. If nobody stops him, he's just gonna open it.
Go ahead.
You open the second wardrobe.
Yep.
All right. Once again, there's a wooden stand. Resting on this wooden stand is a skull sculpted of ivory. And coming out of the skull's eyes are 2 octopus tentacles. They kind of come out and behind and then come up, forming almost horns. And on the back of the wardrobe, written in 10 different languages, is the phrase, "Do not touch."
And does Oswald see any sort of thing about it?
Yes, it is radiating magic. It would be hard to pin down what kind.
Didn't
what
we
if-
have notes about these objects?
No.
Just before he gets to the notes, he's just going to call out. I don't know if you can read that, Mr. Oakman, because not particularly racist, but
Wow.
but don't touch that. It seems like it's very bad. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty ugly.
Look it up in that tome of yours. I think it says Wiktionary.
God.
He will pull out his Wikipedia and check it.
Let's go ahead and say, since you still have Detect Magic active, let's call the magic emanating off of this necromancy.
Oh, okay. So yeah, definitely don't want to touch it. It seems like it's gonna drain your life or trap your soul. not exactly certain on the logistics off the top of my head. Just let's not touch it. So he's gonna go up and just close the doors and walk
Enough of
away.
that.
Yep.
You can hear Vaclo do a sigh of relief. It's like he's not breathing when the door is open.
But why would someone keep that in there?
I'm assuming that probably because it's so dangerous and powerful that they're like, wow, nobody should have this, but we don't know how to destroy it, so they put it in a little wooden box.
That sounds unsafe.
Yeah, I heard about opening up a wooden box and getting something that you don't want from it. There was some sort of book or game called Jumanji. I can't remember quite the story behind it, but it's something I learned about years ago.
You know, when I heard about a story, they called it the White Elephant Tale. I'd never heard it called that. Anyway, Caddy's gonna look over at Vacla like, you sure you don't want to... Everyone else is doing it.
Peer pressure.
I still think about that time I cast a spell, which I don't even remember, so no, I don't like magic.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go up to door number 3 and kind of nonchalantly swing it open.
Okay. Mounted on the back of the wardrobe's wall is a longsword. And I don't know, the best way to describe it is, if any of you are familiar with the, for lack of a better term, the blade designer known as Kit Ray, it looks like one of those. It's incredibly serrated and edgy and just a little bit over the top.
I'm gonna point at it and look at Vacla like, ah?
He's still shaking his head.
It's not refined enough.
It's basically a sword for someone with a lot of vanity.
My father would fit the bill.
Is it a two-handed sword or just
It is a long sword.
So okay, yeah, one hand.
One or two-handed. It's versatile.
And we can't find any like
Magical aura?
sentences or
Oh,
message.
Oswald, you sense enchantment.
Well, I was gonna assume it was magical. It's in one of these boxes.
It's a safe bet.
Not exactly certain what it'll do, but it seems to be of the school of enchantment, so could bewilder your mind if you touch it, or could do that to any foes that you hit with it. So maybe just take a second or two and... Alright, if you want to grab it, I guess that's alright. I mean...
Yeah,
Not
I don't
that it's a weapon. I mean, he's curious. He's read stories, and a magical sword would be pretty nifty, but peer pressure is gonna do its trick. If you see anything weird, just pin me down, take it away from me, right?
Yeah, we'll have Viral on that immediately.
So Vaclo's probably gonna close his eyes and slowly approach his hand from the hilt, and yeah, he's he's gonna.
Alright. You grab the sword, you lift it off of its wall mount, and as you pull it from the wardrobe, the entire sword glows with black light, which seems to then immediately consolidate into your hand, and then, like a wave, come over your entire body. And when it hits your eyes, they turn black. And that's what everyone else
Is that a sign I
sees.
should pin down?
And Vaclo, your vision goes black, and you just hear a voice as if it's your own, and it says, "Finally."
Oh no.
I'm in so much trouble.
Vaclo?
Should I pin him down? Should I pin him down? Is that my cue?
Can he hear us?
No.
Say Vaclo, are you okay? And does he say anything
You,
or react?
Vaclo, you hear some sounds that basically sound like someone having a conversation while you're 6 feet underwater.
Okay, and I'm probably like not very aware of my physical, so I'm not moving, I'm not doing anything, and I'm just in my head trying to, what's happening, trying to get control back or something.
What's happening?
Does he say these things out loud too?
No.
Oh.
He's completely catatonic,
Who?
frozen stiff.
Who's that? Who are you?
I am Spirit Reaver.
Moral, if you try to take that sword from him, maybe like put some leather or something between you and making contact first. I don't like the look at this at all.
At
Well,
last,
give me some leather.
a worthy wielder.
I mean, maybe you
What
You
is
ain't
your
got a-
story?
cloak.
My
No,
story.
I can rip a part of my clothes off, I guess. And then he just removes the pelt from his clothes and tries to go for that sword with that like kind of pelt.
let's-
I guess
let's-
rabbit pelt or something. To just try to grab the sword.
Jake and finish the story first.
Well, that all happens simultaneously. So
I was forged a millennia ago to put down a lich.
sounds. What is an itch?
Hope you do not ever meet it, human. But I can serve you, and you can serve me in exchange.
We shall see. And I do struggle as much as I can to get back to my friends. It's like I don't like it here. It's dark.
I can sense your apprehension, and I assure you it is misplaced. We can come to a mutual arrangement. It has been eons since I have felt the flesh of a warrior's hand around me, and I am thirsty.
If you help me, yeah, I'm trying to keep a straight face. You guys. If you promise to help me slay my enemies, I can probably help you in return. But I would like your conditions to be made clear.
My conditions are thus. I shall be your weapon eternal, until you draw your last breath. But I shall never leave your side. And every foe you slay shall never rise.
Okay. So I'm like naive enough to think that's a great proposal. So I'm like, okay.
And you've got a really big grudge now against Moal.
Yeah, it's probably that she's not gonna or he's not gonna leave my side. I'm probably never gonna leave her side. I'm gonna be stuck with that spirit reaver thing. But yeah, I'm gonna agree so far because I see that as a way to achieve my nearest goals. So I'm gonna see that
Before you agree, just know that every wielder of mine throughout the generations has lived a short life.
It seems I'm headed that way anyways, so you might help with that.
A prime candidate, then.
I did get knocked down more than my fair share, Oswald, so he's tired of getting beaten.
Spill your blood on my blade, and we shall be joined. And, Varal, as you approach Vaklo, he snaps back to reality. His eyes resume their original coloration, and he kind of staggers as if for a moment he lost his balance.
And Vaklo, what you see is there's now a piece of pelt missing from the outfit that Varal has carved himself and sewed himself, and he's about to grab your sword with the kind of pelt as a I want to say glove, but that doesn't even fit on his hand. It's just like kind of a piece of cloth, just so he doesn't touch the
Like
blade.
a rag, yeah.
A scrap of fabric. With
Yeah,
holes.
basically.
Okay, so he's probably gonna take a step back, not because he's seeing Viral reaching out to him, but simply because he's suddenly coming back into his body, like. And he's gonna put a knee on the ground, the sword on the ground, and then he's gonna look around. He's like, "Oh, that was intense. It seems I've just had a discussion with this sword."
But
Yeah.
swords don't talk.
Yeah, no, honey, are you sure you're all right? Like,
I'm not. I think I need to think. he's gonna
Oh.
get back on his feet, turn around, and
A
head
whisper emanates from the sword that only Vaklo can hear, and it says, "Your blood, warrior."
out. Yeah, that's coming. He's gonna take a moment to think about it, and now he knows he's not dreaming. So it seems I have a choice to make. And Fisto, I can't hear you.
Oh, that's because I'm on mute.
That'll happen.
But Oswald turns to Caddy and just has like this like confused look. Is he supposed to be doing that? Just walking away? Like, we okay with this? He kind of went all black-eyed, and now he's just.
He's fine now, ain't he?
I guess that's all right.
He's just gonna get out of the vault and sit down, contemplate things a little bit, and then I'm gonna give you guys a few moments to keep doing your thing in the vault, and
I mean,
we'll see what happens when you come out.
Do we just do you still have the sword? Like, did you take it with you?
Oh yeah, it's
Okay.
And you can see there's something weird going on too. It's not like
Yeah.
to do what you just did.
No, we understand that.
Well, we're all still there with like kind of the pelt going like, do I grab the sword?
No,
Kinda
no.
confused.
No. He seems acting himself. He'll come to it in his own time. We've had trouble with having to host interventions for people before. I think it's better if I just talk to him in a hot minute. Do we want to open door number 4?
Yeah, I mean, what's the
Sure.
worst that could happen?
Get the
I don't know,
shield.
someone's eyes turning black. Let's go. And I'm gonna.
Get the shield that sings.
All right. Once again, mounted to the wall is a mask made of iron. It is not designed to be ornate. It has very visible bolts into its construction, and it only has eye holes.
I don't want to look at that at all.
Oswald is very interested in this awesome-looking mask.
This metal ass mask.
Yeah.
He's gonna start a band.
But he's going to just
I'm not
slowly
saying-
reach out and grab it, and
You
then
sense divination magic coming off of it.
oh yeah, then 100% just whoop.
Okay, you grab it. You
Yep.
now have the mask.
Sweet.
Not slip.
Sweet. He is gonna start checking it out, seeing if maybe he can determine what it does.
Okay, you're looking it over, and when you turn it to a place where you like, if you were to put it on your face, through where there should be eye holes, you just see fire, as if like there are two little screens that just are displaying a fireplace.
You know, like those viewfinder things where you like, and they spin around.
Yeah.
Love those.
Now I'm looking.
This mask might give
do
you
you-
eye inflammation.
The languages you know, Oswald, do they include Infernal?
I am almost 100% positive they do not. Let me just double check real quick on my background. No. Nope. I do not know that language.
Okay. There is writing above and below the eye holes in a language you don't understand.
All right. He's going to make a mental note of that and just tuck the mask away. Just for now. I'm not like shady, just like he's going to do it in front of everyone.
Yeah,
so that
no,
they know
we're
he
like-
has it. Yeah.
Are there any more magical items in the room?
Just these 4.
Okay. We should put a pin in that bottle. I'm gonna go check on Vaklo. You guys just do your thing. Like, let me go, because, you know, we've done the whole intervention thing before. Let me go talk to him. And
You're not exactly breeding confidence with that sentence, but all right.
well, not with him. We didn't do it to him. All right. That's not important right now. You guys do whatever. Find out what that bottle does, maybe, or look things up in your books. I don't know what you do exactly. I'm gonna go check on. And Caddy and Eskew leave.
Okay.
Yeah. Then, as she leaves, Oswald slowly looks at Vaklo. You wouldn't happen to have a pearl on you worth about, I don't know, 100 gold?
You said Vako, but I
Sorry, I meant
yeah,
Viral.
Viral.
The
Sorry,
other
V names.
So what did you ask for?
Oswald's asking if he has a pearl roughly worth 100 gold.
And Varal just looks at him like, no.
Yeah, alright, just thought I'd ask. So, he's just gonna go to silent and just look ahead like, don't know what to do now.
Well, if all here is clear, I'm just gonna go back into working the castle in working order. I guess in better shape than it is right now. I wouldn't say working, but
Not decrepit.
yeah. Keep myself busy.
All right. So Vaklo, where have you retreated to?
I'm probably sitting on a bench or just on the ground, on the wall outside of the stairs. I didn't go far. I'm
Okay.
trying to leave, so I'm trying to take a bit of air as I think on that, on Spirit Reaver and shit.
Okay. So Caddy, that's where you find him.
All right.
So when Caddy makes it up the stairs, Vaklo looks her way. He holds out the blade in front of him and he's like, "This blade calls itself Spirit Reaver. It says it's been forged a millennia ago, and it had a very weird proposal for me, and it seems like it would give me the power, or part of the power that we need to succeed here. But it comes with a heavy price, and I'm wondering if I'm willing to pay it. That's why I'm here."
Are you like sitting on something?
So if there's no bench, I'm probably just sitting down on the wall. Like, I don't know how to say it in English, but
Like perched?
Above the
Yeah.
stairwell, basically. Above the stairs.
no, I'm sitting on the ground, but my back is to the wall. So that's
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, so that's the
Okay.
that's the image.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit next to you and be like, well, what can it do that you can't do through hard work?
It mentioned killing magical beasts, and I'm pretty sure it cuts better than my blade.
Well, it
I mean,
is really
just look
not
at
just
it.
to sharpen serrated knives, though. So be careful with that one. The upkeep is oof.
Yes, it seems like it is very invasive.
But also, you know, what's the cost if you do accept this proposal?
Basically, I'm gonna be tethered in some magical kind of way to this blade, which I really don't like the idea of. But
Well,
still,
I mean, you practically sleep in your armor. I would think that's a good thing to you, that it can never leave your side, it can never be stolen. Like,
and I mean, that's what I always wanted, to have the means to
always be ready to defend your friends.
defend the realm, to defend a cause, to defend people, and this sword might be my answer, my way of achieving it.
So that seems like a whole lot of good stuff. So what's the bad?
He's just not gonna answer, and he's gonna look at the blade, and he's gonna cut his hand.
Dude, what the?
He made his choice.
He's like,
He
Alright.
made his choice.
The,
It's like, you made him think about a couple things, and yeah.
uh,
The bad is I might have to sacrifice myself, but I'm willing to do that.
All right. Well, you take 1 point of damage, and the
I
blood
wouldn't
on
have
your
done it.
blade expands until it encompasses the entire blade, and the blade has changed colors from its steel gray to a very dark maroon.
So I'm gonna just think
And
in my head,
yeah, you
Yeah.
hear in your head, "You've made the right choice."
I accept your deal. Serve me right, and I shall pay the price.
Our arrangement is mutually beneficial.
I hope so. I'm not thinking that, but I'm feeling that. Like, I really hope so.
Okay, what this sword does is a little extensive,
And
but
I'm
its passive bonus is it is a +2 magic sword.
okay. Cool.
And it does a lot of other stuff that we can get into later.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's gonna take a while to get used to get attuned to.
Also, the blade begins to bubble with this black liquid that just kind of spontaneously erupts from it, and it starts to form a shape, and then it solidifies into a scabbard.
Oh, a scabbard. Okay, cool. I'm gonna pick it up. I am gonna leave my old sword and I'm gonna thank my old sword for all the services rendered. I'm gonna leave it on the door there. Maybe it's gonna be part of our monument, right, Caddy?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we
keep my
definitely
sword. It's gonna
should.
be part of the monument.
We can engrave something on it, like a message.
And I'm gonna go back to the vault and announce that I've made a deal with this blade to the rest of the group. Which goes like, I've made a deal with this blade.
And I wanted to tell you, the rest of the group.
I love that.
And Voral to reply with his typical charismatic self, but blades don't talk.
I know,
No.
I've sworn an oath. I'm just gonna make it simple for my friend here. It's like swearing an oath.
You're muted, Oswald.
Oswald will be going to anyone still alive in this keep going, you wouldn't happen to have a pearl worth maybe 100 gold, would you? No? Okay. And then goes to the next person, weird question, you don't happen to have a pearl worth maybe 100 gold? No? Okay. And then
what?
just
Now,
a pearl.
as luck would have it, among the components that Aof had carried on her is such a pearl.
He is going to take that and say, well, I could possibly maybe figure out what these magical items do, just need a little bit of time, so I don't know what the plan is, but, and he's just going to sit down and start casting Identify as a ritual on the mask. Like, just mid-sentence, it's like, cool, done.
Alright. So that's going to be an hour for you. What's everyone else doing? Or is it 10 minutes? I forget. What this
10
is.
minutes.
10 minutes.
Well, as stated, Voral's gonna keep working the castle into better shape than it currently is.
Alright, Viral gets back to work. What about the other two of yous?
I'm probably not allowed to interrupt Oswald. I was gonna be like, so did you find out what the bottle does, or can I just twist it?
It's a stopper, so it just kind of goes...
Yeah, I'm gonna be like,
He is in the middle of saying, like, Yomo Kwai Kwai Pai Zao over and over again as lettering is seeming to pour out of him and form a circle of these strange, like, symbols.
yeah, I'm gonna just like set it down and be like, maybe later.
You do you.
I still actually have, and you might not remember this, but I do because I took a note about it. I grabbed a rosewood puzzle box from the dwarven vault that I haven't really had the time to sit and try and solve.
Alright then.
So I would like to try and figure that out.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
That's not our strength. Make that a survival check.
I'm okay at investigation.
Just
no, I'm not.
We've
It's
just
really
been
hard.
very unlucky with investigation.
It is really hard. You know what? Vaclo plays a lot of dragon chess, and maybe he could help me. He's smart at strategy. Maybe he's smart at other stuff.
I like to envision Caddy just sitting with the box going beep beep boop 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 boop.
It's like a Rubik's Cube, and I'm just mixing it up.
So you want to rely on my luck?
Well, I was gonna see if maybe you could make a help action.
Yes, I could try an assist. Like,
Okay. You want to roll
move
again,
the
Caddy?
you move the Chimera to L3.
Okay, that'll. Yeah, sure. I'll roll again if he's helping me. The.
Still eludes you.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll ask our smart guy about it later. I just can't get this darned thing solved.
Okay. We're going to say that took 10 minutes. So,
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oswald, I assume you cast Identify on the mask?
Mhm.
Alright. This mask is known as the Iron Mask of Infernal Knowledge.
Nice.
Infernal, you said?
Infernal Knowledge, yeah.
Okay.
If you propose a question and then put on the mask, the mask will transport your spirit throughout hell to find the answer. And as long as you wear the mask, you will know the answer to the question. But the moment you take it off, not only does the question go away, but it leaves you drained. Additionally, when you travel through hell, it hurts a lot. It could kill you.
Okay.
And Jacob forgot one additional thing, is that when you put on the mask, you're no longer nobody, because you were nobody before you put on the mask.
I thought whenever
Bro
you
is
put on the mask-
studiously repairing the wall when suddenly a rock falls and he dies.
Oh no!
I thought whenever you put on the mask, you suddenly became really good at like samba dancing
It's an iron
And
mask,
gags.
not a green mask.
and visual gags.
Or a wooden mask. It was wood, yeah. When you put on the mask, you have the uncontrollable urge to topple the cardinal.
Okay. With that knowledge fresh in his mind, he's going to set out doing the exact same thing, but for this bottle, seeing as it's now sitting in front of him. Strangely, he doesn't remember putting it there, but as he, casts his spells now, there he's just like a little freaked out, thinking like, is this bottle moving on its own? But he's gonna start casting.
Okay. Is everybody cool with just proceeding with that?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. I'll wait for him later to solve the puzzle last.
Alright, this is an Ifriti bottle.
Okay.
Pulling the
I'll open
stopper
it.
will release the Ifriti inside.
Yeah.
The what?
Ifriti?
It's
is a fire genie.
genie. Yeah.
Mm. Is he gonna share that with us?
Yeah, he's gonna realize what it is. His eyes are just gonna be super wide. He's just like, I can't. It is apparently some sort of Ifriti or genie of the fire variety, and inside. And I'm not saying we shouldn't pull it because we might get a wish. Wait. He could just also maybe want to kill us because genies be genies.
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, if there's something or someone in that bottle, I'd be pissed to be in a bottle for that long.
Yeah.
Probably not be too happy. So maybe just not open it. Yeah.
I think I've had enough of otherworldly entities for today. That's
You know what we
until
could
tomorrow.
do? You know what we could do? We could go to the Thanger Elves and be like, we have a present for you. And then,
But what if they get a wish?
well, I'm relying on that whole being angry bit for this little sketch, but okay.
So before we give it, we just shake it up. Like, here you go.
No.
The good news is there's not an angry wasp in there.
And the bad news is...
Angry wasps would be a really good idea for putting it into the Thanger Elves. Let's write that one down.
Add that to the idea board. All right, I think we all kind of know what Spirit Reaver is. Do you want to go downstairs and perform this ritual on the ivory skull?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Upon completion of this ritual, this is the idol of Rezoth, and it contains his soul.
Oh.
And if someone touches this idol, he will enter your body.
What does Oswald know about Rezoth?
Make a history check.
Oh, I'm the nervous on this one. Here we go. Come on, no whammies.
You have no idea. Never heard of him.
Oh. Where's Mouse when we need her?
Well, you could
it's-
ask, metagame-wise, you could ask the people that are still alive. But
Yeah, Vaclo is not so bad at history. If he hears a name, he might remember.
That's up to Oswald.
Yeah, with him having no idea, he's going to return to the group, kind of scratching his head. Oh, another weird question. No, it's not about a pearl. You wouldn't know who Rezoth is, would you?
The three
I think
remaining...
I've heard this name before. No, I haven't.
No, I was thinking of Reese Sloth, and he owes you money. The three remaining Grey Banner people exchanged looks and were like, no, it doesn't ring a bell.
All right, well, remember the skull that we found that I was just like, well, maybe not touch that. Can confirm, don't touch that unless you want some person, their soul inside you. Which case, yeah, I guess touch it.
I'm gonna ask Spirit Reaver if the name tells him anything. If he remembers anything.
I don't know how much stock we should be putting in your blade that you just made a pact with, but okay.
well, you could always put on the mask and ask them as a question.
Who?
I've asked the blade. I didn't say to the group that I was gonna ask my blade.
Right.
Yeah, no,
So-
that was not in character for my response.
So, Spirit Reaver goes, I don't know any names other than my own, but he sounds like he needs to be slain at our hand.
Okay,
Dear
so that-
Lord.
I was going to say
that
something
gives me
else,
some insight.
but yeah, I didn't want it to be misconstrued.
Please don't tell that blade my name.
Well, I'm getting to know it better.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't want to touch that until we can maybe get you a book.
Yeah, maybe. Or talk to someone maybe that has more experience, not certainly certain what or who this may be. I mean, I could use this mask that I also found to ask it a question on who that is, but a small price is my soul gets straight through hell and I probably could die. But, just if we're curious, I could do it.
Yeah, no, that sounds like the kind of sacrifice you make if, like, the world is ending and you need some knowledge to, save it. Not exactly like wonder what this trinket does, sort of.
What's for supper tomorrow puts on the mask.
Oh, that is one thing I should point out. The mask can't predict the future.
Okay.
It can just answer questions about the past or present.
Right, it only knows facts.
Yeah, alright. Hey, another really pressing issue from, like, 2 or 3 months ago. Can you solve this? And I hold out my rosewood puzzle box.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I do this all the time. It's child's play for me. I hope I don't roll.
Oh boy.
Rolls 2.
Just a straight intelligence check?
He was
No,
having me do
investigation.
investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. Even better. But I really hope that was all bluster. Yep.
Oh!
He's like, this is just child's play.
Caddy, is the goal of this puzzle box to open it?
Yeah, Oswald somehow gets his fingers stuck in his side, and he's like, ah!
Gosh. Give me that, like...
Because I could open it.
If
like
you want
chewing
to,
on
if you
it.
want to try, honestly, go ahead and try if you want to try. Can't have been worse than this guy.
Are you actually asking Varol to solve it?
I'm gonna let Varol
No,
try.
no.
And,
Varol
Solve
said he's
it.
gonna open it, not solve it.
oh no, I don't want you to just I feel like something will break if you do that, and I don't like the idea of that. It's a very pretty box.
For the sake of the whole scenario, what happens is that you give Varol thinking that he's gonna try to open it, and he places it on a table and brings his sword up, and then you go like, no, and grabs the box back like, no.
No, I don't want it to. I want to be able to like close it again. I want to multiple use is the idea here.
Very well, but it's much faster my way.
I'm sure. Oh, Shug, I'm sure it is. But if there is a thing inside of it and you cleave it, then
Then it
What
was
if
not
it-
a very solid thing.
yeah. Well, I don't think anything can quite withstand your cleaving.
Moal can.
Well, yeah. Well, you pointed that out yourself. I was trying to compliment you, but whatever.
He's very one-track mind.
Yeah. Can I just roll again to try and see one last time if I can solve it? Otherwise, I'm gonna put it away for a rainy day.
We'll make it so that you can attempt it once per day.
Okay, so I've already attempted. I'm good with that. I'm gonna come back to it later. I love that these jokes in particular are going on the stream.
No.
Cool. What's next on the agenda? What time of day is it?
At this point, I mean, Oswald spent 30 minutes working on. Let's call it like just about noon.
Right.
So,
yeah.
now that we've not found anything of use other than a sword, what is the plan?
Well, I was gonna make lunch. There are some practical requirements to existing that we should probably maintain, and there are other mouths to feed, as it were. Then the plan is try and put things back together and see if Sefri has made a decision on what she wants to do, because she said she needed some good old sleep before she made any sort of formal decision about what we should do about the end of the world. My response to that would be anything. Just something. And then Caddy's going to go off to try and rustle up some lunch with what Varol and I hunted.
Okay.
Although technically we'd call it dinner, but
Vaclo's gonna try to find more informations from Sefri. I mean, she might know more about the elves than we do.
Okay. So you guys find Sefri, Dwarf, and Buckrow in the main room of the keep, the sort of foyer, if you will. And as you guys approach, they turn to you, and Dwarf kind of straightens his back, and he says, "The three of us have been talking it over, and well, since Buckrow and I, our bands were, well, as you know." Since Sefri has lived in this castle for almost 3 generations, what I'm trying to say, is that Buckrow and I, and Sefri, of course, we decided we're gonna stay in the castle and try to repair the wall, build new doors, etc. But I mean, we lost the seal, so I guess we'll just use this castle as it's been used, as a sort of hub for Grey Banner. But as to the future of the Grey Banner, we don't know. We just know that the three of us will be staying here for the foreseeable future.
Oswald goes, "Whoa, yeah," and then like totally misreading the circumstance, like goes for a high five, and then right, I see why that. Yeah, all right, continue. Sorry.
Oh, that's
I
it.
think
That's,
what my friend is trying to say is, in purpose is clarity. So, yes, we also need to decide what's our next step. But I think that spreading the word will be important in times to come.
Not exactly on the location of Parmordran, that is. However, we should, one, recruit more Grey Banner.
We should, yeah, we should let all traveling Grey Banners what happened, and the people know that we've been attacked by the elves.
But also, we should probably try to get some folks on our side.
Sefri raises a finger and she says, "Well, the existence of Par Mordrine is a secret. So if you go around telling everyone that a castle they've never heard of went under siege, it may not resonate."
I mean, the way I meant it, it might be unclear, but Grey Banners, like, people know the Grey Banners even if they don't know their headquarters. So, letting the message, like, spreading the message that the Grey Banner has been hit might rouse people, make allies, help us make allies, like Caddy is suggesting.
I was going to very vaguely provide the information to important people that the Thanger Elves have acquired a weapon of mass destruction.
But Vaclo is a folk hero in his background, so that's why he's always going for the little people.
I enjoy.
That's another way we can.
Like, I
too.
don't want it to necessarily be the Grey Banner failed at its sole purpose.
Well, you haven't failed yet.
Please join us. Like.
Oh, we just say we've been attacked and we need help. Not that we've been defeated, but yeah.
But why would?
And Vaclo agrees with that thing.
Like, why would anyone just help a random group of adventurers, no matter our rapport? It's better if we're like, hey, those guys you already don't trust and like just gained a very massive weapon. We have the inside scoop and we are providing it to you because it is a danger to everybody. And then let them handle that for us mostly.
Yep. I mean, yes, let's do the whole propaganda machine. I mean, we
Yeah.
have to spin it our way, but that's basically what I'm suggesting. But we still need to figure out how we're going to do that. But yeah, we're thinking we're not going to stay here.
No, we're staying. The Grey Banner headquarters is going to stay here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We have to go do stuff.
Sefri says, "Well, unfortunately, I can only think of, other than, of course, our dear friend Garspear, I can only think of one other band of Grey Banner that weren't present at the massacre. I don't know if that means anything to you."
Oh,
I heard.
did think we were more spread out and numerous than that.
No, our order is a bit small, unfortunately. Smaller now than it's ever been, in fact. I last heard they were in Stelholm. Or at least that's what they said when they left here some months ago, that they were headed for that city.
So, all eggs in the same basket. As far as we know, since Garspear is still home also.
Yeah. Well, that just means we can head in one direction. We don't have to waste a lot of time going place to place.
Sefri says, "There was one other thing.
Yeah, please divulge."
When Moal was boasting, when he described Grennan, he referred to Grennan as the Keeper of Earth. I remember maybe 120 years ago, before this castle was built, I heard about, it was just a fireside tale about the elemental keepers. It had to do with some prophecy. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I've never thought about it. It just sort of came to my mind. I don't know if I hope maybe that will put you on the right track, but it was so long ago and I didn't pay it much attention at the time.
I'm gonna look at the more knowledgeable members of our party. Like, have y'all ever heard anything about that?
I
haven't heard anything.
But I used to read a lot of books when I was sequestered, like kept in my room. But I don't think this one might. I don't think I know this one. Unless
Oswald,
it gives me a history check.
I don't know if we hammered this out in your backstory, but as a wizard, you had, at some point in your life, you had formal training.
Mm-hmm.
Most people in Wymeria train in the University of Magic in Xenorov. Would that be where you were trained?
Yep, especially with how close it is to Steinholm and Astrowald, yeah.
Okay. In that case, you would know that the university keeps records of all the known history of Wymeria, including fables and legends and myths associated with the land.
Well, he'll turn to the other group. Well, I'm not exactly sure what the story's about, but I mean, if we were looking for information, I do know where we could find it. Back at where I studied the arcane arts.
And where would that be?
It's in Xenorov, the capital city. That's where I'm from too.
Yeah, Vakla would know that. It's a pretty prominent landmark in the city.
Wow. All right. Well, it would be cool to stop through Stelholm. That's on the way, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Unless
we
you
can stop
go a
through
really roundabout way.
Stelholm, leave some bad news, and rally our guys, and then go to Vakla's old stomping grounds and what I guess Oswald's old stomping grounds. Maybe I'll have some mutual friends. That would be interesting. Anyway,
Simply looks at his feet.
we could head that way and maybe find information on how to stop the end of the world. Yeah?
Yeah, he's gonna grumble something like, "There's a reason I left, but if we have to."
Vakla, look at you now. You've got like probably the coolest, edgiest sword in existence. I don't think anyone could ever pick on you. You'd be like quite the hot topic, actually.
Then you
I
hear
believe that once I've got Mohal.
Vakla, you hear a voice in your head go, "I am the most renowned blade on all the realms. Surely
Yeah.
the word speaking my name will garner you great respect from warriors and simpletons alike. Or in the case of that half-orc, the two parties may converge in one."
Vakto's gonna try to make light of the situation. He's gonna look at Caddy and he's gonna say, it looks like you would get along well with Spirit Reaver, sorry.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm gonna process that later in my journal. But for now, I don't know, guys. I might even dare say that I have a little hope that we can pull a team together. When do we want to head out?
As soon as we've gathered the supplies, is my guess.
All right.
I mean, as soon as everyone else is, like, the people we're leaving behind feel comfortable losing our help, I would say.
Yeah, that would be sensible.
Assembling a team. Now I'm imagining like a series of one-off adventures that end with Caddy with the eye patch coming around and being like, "I'm assembling a team."
She's gonna shave her head and everything. It'll be good.
And yeah, when she says like, "I'm assembling a team," Askew will like nod. Askew also has a patch eye for some reason.
Yep.
Yeah. Minus like half my perception.
All right. So you have a plan. You guys are going to head to the cities of Lemuria. So, since it's already midday, Sefri will prepare rations for your journey, at least to High Vale. And in the morning, you guys will set off. And I think that's a great time to go to our break. So,
Yay.
we'll be taking
It is.
a roughly 15-minute break. But if my son is anything like he was when he tried to take a nap earlier today, it might be a little longer.
And then we also need to update items in our sheet. His sword, stat block. And
Well, I leave that to him.
okay.
So yeah, we'll shoot for 11 after, and stick around. We got another hour and 50-ish minutes of Dire Roll Fire and Blade. I briefly forgot the name of my own show. So we'll be back.
See you soon.
All right, we're back. Thanks everybody for sticking around. We got some more Fire and Blade coming your way. So let's go ahead and kick things off with you guys departing the castle. So, the only 3 members that are staying behind are, once again, Sefri, Dwath Sonsbury, and Buckrow. And Sefri has prepared a day's worth of provisions for y'all so that you can get to High Vale without any incident. And they see you out from the main gate, and they say their goodbyes.
I'm gonna offer my my retinue followers to stay at the castle and help the people. I would be grateful if they did that, but I'm also gonna give them the option to follow us and go back to Stoneholm, where they could be freed from my.
I leave it up to you as the player. Which would you prefer they choose?
They're gonna help.
They're
It's
gonna help
be simple.
the
it's
castle?
Gonna be done with. Yep, they're gonna stay in Parmore Drive.
Okay. Do you guys have horses?
I don't think we had horses.
Okay.
No, I think we lost
Well,
that.
in that case, they are going to give each of you a horse. Except for maybe Caddy, who just rides askew.
Askew.
We did have a cart and a few horses, but I thought they would have.
No, that was the Swagon Wagon. That was Garrett's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have it in my inventory because I paid for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you still have the horse-drawn wagon. Well, now you have a riding horse in addition.
Okay. So I guess I'm gonna leave the cart to them, and we're just gonna keep more mobile horses. We don't need a cart anymore, and they're gonna put it to good use.
Okay. You should be able to reach High Vale by the afternoon.
Good. So we do want to spread bits of the news about what happened, like about war parties of elves allied with orcs roaming the countryside, and that's how we're gonna do, right?
Yeah, maybe not best idea to let them know that the Grey Banners are maybe weakened in case we have some enemies that will want to take advantage of it. So let's just say that there's some orcs and elves working together and it's nasty.
Aye.
I think the best way to say is that we know we have knowledge of them acquiring a very large and dangerous weapon, and that they are working with the orcs. Yeah.
But then they'll ask people, be like, "Oh, where'd you find out this information?" And then we'll be like, "Oh, we can't tell you because it's a secret." And they'll be like, "Oh, why is it a secret?" And we'll be like, "Oh, can't tell you that either. It's a secret mole."
It's a double
So-
secret.
No.
Yeah, sure. Go your way. I don't have an argument there. You're right. That will definitely lead to more questions.
All right, the journey to High Vale is relatively uneventful, and I assume you guys are discussing this at length on the
Yep.
way there. So while you guys are continuing to kind of figure out in your own heads how you're going to handle that part of this journey, let me tell you a little bit about High Vale. High Vale was built around the College of the Green Wind, which is where magic users who focus on air magics kind of study. Outside of the Xenorov University, there are elemental schools here and there, and this is one of them. It is. It's a sleepy town that was essentially gentrified by the wealthy students of the magical college, and it is believed that the strongest winds from the Green Mountains strike the hill at which the college is built, which is what they believe is a ley line of powerful air magic. It is protected by a fort, and it has a population of just under 3,000 people.
Alright. So it should be like a pretty rich city community for its size.
Yeah, it's basically like a suburb type of community.
Legit.
Suburban. No! I hate when it
What
opens on the wrong
happened?
monitor.
Is this being a college city? Would it also be safe to say that there is a little bit of an underbelly to this place?
Most places, most population centers have a seedier underside, yes.
Excellent.
He's always doing those hand moves. That worries me.
And since
Just
this is a
kidding.
college for rich kids, there's probably, some street vendor for the devil's lettuce.
Yep.
Nice.
That is what he is looking for. Maybe some other imbibements, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Do you want to just make a perception check to kind of work the streets?
Sure. And not appear as a narc.
Right. If you're a cop, you have to tell me.
Yeah, those are the rules. Just give me a second. For some reason, my character sheet was closed. So
Wow.
that was odd.
So professional.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing. It was investigation.
Either investigation or perception. I'll take either. Whichever one you want to roll.
Yeah, I think they're pretty much the same. Oh no, perception's better, so I will go with that. You know what? Fucking investigation.
In before one.
Yes. Good choice.
Alright. You find a narcotics dealer, yes.
Excellent. So, having done this multiple times throughout his years, he is going to approach the dealer and try and purchase some of their wares.
Okay.
I'm sounding like a narc as I describe it.
Hello, what wares do you have for sale, fellow criminal?
Of which I might peruse.
I've clearly done this a million times.
Alright. Yeah, he's a burly looking man. You can see a rather long dagger tucked in a sheath, tucked in his belt. And he looks you over and he's like, "What do you need?"
Just a little something to help me get by the day. I've seen a lot of crazy shit lately, and might need some help getting away from reality. Just And he's gonna slide a gold piece towards him, about that much.
Yeah, alright. I got something that'll help.
Sweet.
And he reaches into his vest and he pulls out a small burlap bag. And he's like, "Here you go."
Sweet. And he just quickly, and then walks away like super sketch. And I'll just put,
Especially on a horseback.
yeah. Cool. And now that he has that, he is feeling dandy.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm gonna try to find a nice inn and stable. I'm probably taking care of his horse while he's taking care of business, right?
What would Vorol do?
Take a bath?
No, he's not that kind of person.
I'm just hopeful.
Wishful thinking.
You wouldn't be helping people because they're already helping this party. Oh, I remember. You'll be trying to get a hunting dog.
Nice. Beware SQ.
Well, I don't know if there's any kennels here. So, Caddy, what's Caddy up to?
I'm going to find a Fletcher to buy arrows from.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything?
No, I'm sure there's they're not like they're trying to hide. That wouldn't be very good for business.
Yeah. I just need to buy 13 arrows.
13 on the nose, huh?
Yeah, well, because normally I try to carry 40 arrows, and I'm down to 27. So.
Okay, well, as this is kind of like a hunter's lodge, we'll say that both you and Viral arrive here.
Cool. High end.
Yep.
And there is a craftsman behind one of the counters, and Caddy approaches, and he kind of looks furrow-browed down at you, and he's like, "You looking for your dad?"
Well, that's just highly offensive. You think you people would be more used to the idea of races that are shorter than you and ones that don't age so poorly as y'all
sorry.
tend to do.
I've never met a dwarf woman before. My mistake.
I don't have a beard. Why does I am a gnome, and you know what? It's not important because I done got money to pay you for your services, unless there's somewhere else I can go with people nicer and more competent than yourself.
What do you need?
And Varal standing behind the gnome, so it's not really hidden. He kind of mouths without saying the words out loud. He kind of mouths, "I've done the same mistake."
Yeah, so he looks up at Viral for a moment, and he's just like, looks back down at Caddy. He's like, "Oh, what can I get you?"
I just need to buy 13 perfect arrows. I will inspect these. I do not want any shoddily made arrows.
Well, what are you hunting?
Well, what am I not hunting? I mostly scaled things.
Well, I can whip you up some serrated arrowheads, but it'll take some time to fulfill the order. We have point shooting and broad tip arrows at the ready for purchase. Anything special like that? We'll have to send an order to the smith.
I'll take 13 just normal, perfect arrows.
Okay.
And then I'll go ahead and get a full quiver of your serrated ones, and I'll return for those.
Well, for the 13 arrows, that'll be 7 silver.
All right.
And for the serrated ones, you want a full quiver?
Yep.
Okay, 2 gold.
All right.
And
do you want the gold now?
No, it's payable on delivery.
Oh, cool, wonderful. Yeah. How long will that take again?
Probably have it done midday tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess we can stay overnight. Wonderful.
I just noticed your jerkin there. What manner of beast did that come from?
Sir, here's the thing. As a customer, I ask questions and pay you.
Oh, yeah. My mistake.
And
I meant no offense. Lady?
Yeah, you got that one right.
I meant no offense, madam.
You've got a few L's on your record, but that one's a W. Losses and wins.
Oh.
Yeah, never mind.
You're looking. You want to go to the sports lodge?
Yeah, well, hunting is a sport, but I can understand how maybe you wouldn't have the intelligence modifier for that check.
Oh, we're too small to have an academy here. We're only outdoors. There, the sports are over there.
Right. That.
Just like we have 3 different stores for bed, bath, and beyond.
Yes. Oh man, I'd hate to see how bath and body works are divided.
No.
For that, you want to go to the red light sector?
They actually made it pretty bad. The bat is on the east side of town, and the beyond is on the west side of town. So you have to run naked from one place to the other to get your services.
Farrell's used to that. That said, yeah, is there any way to produce quality serrated arrows in less time, maybe by tomorrow morning?
Well, it depends how
Maybe
busy
if
the smith is.
More gold was provided.
Oh, I tell you what, I'll give you the name of the smith, and you can grease his wheels yourself.
What are you implying about me, sir?
Oh, I meant no offense.
That's another L, sir. Yeah. Well, all right. I would love the name of the smith, and I'll pay you once I can acquire those arrows. I'll go ahead and pay. I hand the 7 silver over.
Ah, thank you. And he
for the 13 arrows.
Grabs a quiver and counts and pulls the arrows out and passes them to you. And he says, "Yeah, Jonas is the smith. You'll find him close to the town square. He's the only blacksmith in the town square. It should be easy to find."
All right, thank you.
I'm
done. I don't know if Baral wants to do anything.
Yes, I want to do something. I want to order something. So, I know that in most of these French towns, you guys have hunters, and given the lack of abilities for humans to hunt, you usually use animals, such as canines, to help you find your prey.
He's like half paying attention to you. He's writing a note. He rolls it up and hands it to a young boy who's working behind the counter with him. He's like, "Take that to Jonas." What are you implying, sir?
I would like a hunting friendly canine. I wonder if I can find one around here. I can even train him myself, so pretty much any canine bred for that purpose would be I would be happy to have.
Well, I think Quinn just had a litter. He lives in a cabin about 200 paces south of town.
Very well, I shall pay this Quinn, you say, a visit. I almost lost my face because I was just imagining like a half orc with like a puppy, like literally a puppy that fits in a hand. And like when he presents to somebody, he's like, "This is Murder Fang."
And it's a Shih Tzu. It's like a Shih Tzu.
And the dog just rolls over.
Wagging tail, not even understanding what's happening. Oh, okay. So yeah, he notes down that he's gonna go see Quinn whenever he has some downtime. But for now, he's just gonna follow Caddy.
Okay.
She's the one he knows the most in the party. Dad and Vaclo, but mostly Caddy.
So Vaclo, you're just tending to needs domestic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like try to have somebody fetch some rations for our trip, because we had rations, we had food for up to Highvale, so I'm gonna pay for the rest of our trip.
Okay.
But besides that, I'm finding lodgings, which
Okay.
is about everything.
Yeah, standard ration cost in the book, and then for the inn.
I'm gonna buy 10 for everybody, so okay.
Well, I'm fully capable of
Yeah,
acquiring.
you're foraging, so yeah, I'm not
Well, I
buying
can-
for cat.
Well, I can acquire rations for myself and my party, I think.
Yeah, but you have to dedicate time out of the day to do that, right?
Oh, yeah. It's good to have them
It's not like you're just walking along
on
shooting
hand.
squirrels as you go.
I also gain twice as much food as I normally would every time I forage.
So for the inn, you can find one that is modest, or you can splurge on one that is comfortable.
Comfortable,
Okay, it's 8 silver per person.
so it's gonna be fine. Cool.
Okay. So Caddy and Varol, you guys head to the town square, basically following the young boy the entire way. And as you come up to Jonas, he's reading the order, and he's like, okay. And he's like, boy! He turns to his son, and he says, get out that iron. We got some arrowheads to make.
I'm gonna approach him and go, oh, lovely, you're already starting up.
Oh, are the arrowheads for you?
Yes. I was going to inquire about possibly speeding up the production without losing quality. Is there any way I could obtain that sort of thing?
Well,
Is it physically possible? Is it within your physical limitations?
I could certainly move you up. I got some horseshoes, some barrel rings, and I've been working on. He looks over and you see this rapier hanging on the wall that to you looks finished. He's like, I've got something for the count that needs finishing, but I'll tell you what. I can probably knock those arrowheads out in a few hours, and I'd be willing to burn the midnight oil if you did me a favor.
I mean, what kind of favor?
He wants you to grease his wheels. Duh.
Oh snap!
They squeak when his cart goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta get the WD-40 to it, yeah.
He's like, I need you to get some bear lard. No. He says, well, the Count ordered a sword, and it should have been done today, but it has a piece of adornment that I ordered from Waterrun, and it was supposed to be here this morning, and it isn't here.
You're sending me on an errand?
Well, you come back with the adornment on time, or just you come back with the adornment so I can finish the sword, and I'll right after I'll work on your arrowheads. I can have them to you.
What
Well, depending on if you find the wagon.
What does the adornment look like?
Well, probably I don't know. I just met you and all. I don't know if I should. Wait, it's a ruby about the size of a thumb. My thumb here.
Yeah, Oswald Fisto just pointed out that I'm going to need the tracking number and the location of the distribution center. No.
All right. Well, here's my login. This is what I get for using USPS. I swear to God.
I know, right? Can't trust the government. Anyway. Yeah, you said it was coming in from where?
Well, I ordered from Waterrun, but this particular courier travels main roads only, so it would be coming down from Hilby on the high road.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Because otherwise you got to go over the water. That's all. Yeah, no, I understand.
And plus the is that the right word? The bailiffs were those the people who guarded the streets in the Middle Ages? It's either I think it is.
I can't remember.
I mean, that's one word that could be used to describe them.
Okay.
Constables.
Yeah, he says the bailiffs keep the main roads pretty safe, which is why I'm. Well, I don't know what happened.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and check that out. Is there any other information you can provide in the shipping of a very large, important, and special product?
Well, here, grabs a scratch piece of paper and he grabs a piece of charcoal. He's like, "Let me. This is the coat of arms of the merchant that I hired. He's well known in the Western Kingdom. He's a top-notch courier, favored by the Duke, I hear. But everyone says that.
Yeah, they don't have a really good source of credibility. It'd be interesting if you could like post up on like a board a series of symbols, maybe something like triangles or stars or something, to rate the quality of someone's, you know what I mean? Rate the quality of their service.
Yeah. We tried one, but everyone just kept giving everybody 5 out of 7.
Yeah. Never good. All right, I'll go ahead and check that out.
Hey, Vegas.
Vegas! Hello.
Better late than never.
Better Nate than Lever.
Nice.
So yeah, you bring me that package. I'll rush order those arrowheads. You tell me where you're staying, and I'll have my boy here deliver it right to you.
Well, I'll have an address or inn I'm staying at available for you in.
Well, if you do, bring it by.
When I come back, yeah. All right. Well, that's off with us. Deuces.
He gives you like a really awesome handshake. He's like, ciao.
Yeah. It's a gnomish word, but he totally gets it. He's like totally unfazed by seeing a gnome. It's all chill.
Much better than the hunter.
Cool. I don't know where Vaclo went. Do we know where we left the horses at least? Like.
Well, I'll let you find him. I'm gonna go see that Quinn.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead. You know what? I'll see you later. Handshake and.
Fist bump, fist bigger than her head.
Yeah, I just go like head bump it.
Okay. Vaclo. You find that inn, and as you're paying for rooms, after you pay for rooms and you get your keys, you turn around and a gnome male with offensively pink hair.
Nice.
In a almost expensive looking outfit, but being a noble, you can tell that okay, and Vaclo just dropped. Well, he rage quit, guys. It's over.
Oh no.
No, I assume he's coming back. Be a little late in the game for him to quit like that. There he is.
Yeah.
Vaclo, what did you miss? Where did I lose you?
That was Windows Update just restarting my laptop.
Oh yeah, do you want to update or do you want to update?
I missed the notification that gives you 10 more minutes, so that's what happened. I just missed like 2 minutes.
Okay, well, I was saying, as you just paid you're at the inn, and you just paid for your rooms, and you've received the keys, and when you turn around, a gnome with offensively pink hair comes striding up to you, and he's wearing almost expensive-looking clothing, but as a noble, you can tell the difference between knockoff and the real thing.
Mm-hmm. So he comes to me and he says something, or he says in my face?
He just kind of comes up to you and puts one hand on his hip, another hand kind of extended forward, and he says, "Why, you look like a gentleman who's into the fancier things in life. My name's Bunkum."
I'm pleased to meet you.
Oh, I'm very pleased to meet you, sir. I represent a group of counts who own some land. And on this land is a beautiful estate with a beautiful orchard. And what I'm offering you is a chance to buy stays at this orchard as a getaway. As part, so you pick a week that you want to stay there each year, and you pay.
Vaclo's actually going to be polite and listen to it all before he turns them down.
So what this means is you can enjoy this beautiful estate with extravagant sights and smells in a peaceful, quaint part of the hill country. And instead of having to pay to own it, you just pay to own it for a little bit at a time.
I will stop you there, my friend. My lodging needs are all taken care of. I'm only here for a trip, so I won't waste any more of your time, and good luck with your dealings.
Well, all right. Well, would you be interested in joining my sales team?
I would not, please.
Are you sure? Because if you help me sell time
I'm-
at this beautiful estate, then you will get a share of the profits, and for every person you recruit,
So
when they
at this point, physically, this guy can, or might not, but he could notice Vaclo's expression change. He's been spending the last 2 days with a pretty psychotic blade who wants to kill people, so it's starting to affect him. So he's gonna put his hand on his pommel and he's gonna intimidate the gnome. He's gonna.
he sees that and he's like, you know what? Have a nice day, and he scurries off rather quickly. And immediately goes up to the next patron. You look like a man who enjoys the finer things in life.
Vaclo's gonna take a few moments to quiet down, and he's gonna proceed to to whatever he was doing. Like, I'm gonna find my group
Okay.
to let them know I found lodgings.
Oswald, where are you at this point? You're finding a nice, comfy alleyway.
Pretty much. As close as being like in between nice and sketchy as possible, because he doesn't want it too sketchy because you don't know what you're going to run into there, but he doesn't want too nice because then you're going to run into narcs and people that are probably not going to be okay with what he's about to do. But once he has found a good spot, he is going to ride the dragon, I guess.
Euphemisms.
But once he has done that, he is going to attempt to find his companions, feeling a lot better about the massacre that he witnessed just the previous day.
Got it. All right. So, Vaclo, you are searching for your companions. You spot Caddy down the lane, and you pass by a cabbage vendor.
So just regular niches.
Right, but as you pass this cabbage vendor, the man says, "That's an interesting sword."
You mean scabbard? It's in the scabbard. I'm like, yes, it is.
You turn to him.
I do.
Okay. You recognize this cabbage seller. You've seen him before.
I'm trying to remember that. I think it was like in Stelholm originally, right?
Yeah, his name is Broslav.
And Garrick did something to him, right?
He offered you very special cabbages. Some cabbages that explode, other cabbages that debilitate your foes.
Okay,
This-
I'm gonna.
This
I'm
isn't
gonna
the
s-
same guy that Mouse and I talked to.
It is the same.
Oh, has he met Vaclo?
Oh, I guess Vacla wasn't there for that. Vacla, you don't recognize this
Yeah.
guy at all. Dummy.
So I'm not interested in leches in this case.
Okay.
So I'm gonna proceed to Macabre. I'm guessing this is after she went to the.
Yeah. So the two of you meet on the lane.
I'm gonna give her her room key.
Oh, where's? Is there like a little tag that tells you where, like the address?
It's about 50 paces behind me.
Yeah, I was just making sure because I need to give the location to someone else for a delivery.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's probably in the keyhole. It's got like a leather strap that identifies the room number and the inn you're staying at.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's great. I was about to say, Vacla, I ordered some new arrows, but I really don't want us to leave here at like noon. You know what I mean? It's always terrible to leave when the sun is right up in the middle of the sky. So I have asked the man to speed up the process of making said arrows. Problem is, he asked me a favor in return. You want to go, like, do that with me? You want to hang out? Like,
You wanna hang out?
yeah, like,
um,
like old times, just causing some trouble, burning some warehouses down.
Getting into trouble.
Yeah. Everyone
I
knows
mean,
Backlow and Caddy are the classic duo.
I expected us to stay here for the rest of the day to stock up and prepare the rest of our trip because we were low on supplies. So
Well, we're gonna stay here the rest of the day, but I want to
exactly.
be able to leave tomorrow morning.
Yes, I have nothing to do until tomorrow morning. So
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna give it the rest of the day. If
It,
we
it
don't
is late
succeed.
afternoon, just so
Yeah.
you know. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's still. We're not gonna start our trip exhausted, I hope, but.
No, yeah. I just want you to help me with the thing, right? So the blacksmith who's making the arrows, he needs to finish the sword, and there's like a piece of decoration that goes on it, and it's a pretty notable piece.
Oh, and if I understood you correctly, there might be some trouble, and I do itch for a fight.
Yeah, right? Okay, so we need to go find the thing. I'm hoping maybe it's stolen, because I could let out some emotional turmoil. You know what I mean?
he's very uncomfortable, but he nods.
Yeah, no, I'm sure your sword is probably that, or your own kind of psychological issues have been all up in there. So I'm
He's like, what are you trying to
headed.
say?
I'm headed to like the entrance to town. I'm gonna see if maybe I can spot a cart, and Caddy starts digging around and like pulls out the merchant's like emblem thing that the blacksmith drew, and be like, I'm trying to find this guy because there was supposed to be a pretty sizable stone delivered here from Water Run by way of Hillby. So do you want to help me out? I think it'd be awful fun.
Well, we can try to go a couple hours down the road until sun is set, and then yeah.
Well, I don't want to be up all night, but let's keep our eyes peeled.
Because basically, Vaclo's argument is gonna be if we want to save time on arrows, let's not engage in something that might end up taking a lot more time than just waiting for the arrows.
Yeah.
But let's include the others also, because I guess they got
Well,
nothing
yeah,
to do.
I'm not gonna go start a fight. Just
Conveniently, at that very moment, Oswald will stumble down the street in your direction, looking bloodshot and really happy.
He's like skipping down the road with red eyes. Nice.
And he's just like, oh, it's you two. Oh. He'll do like a high five.
Yeah, Vaclo's gonna try. He's gonna partake, and he's gonna hand him his key. This is your lodgings for the night. Right there. He's gonna point to and say the name of the inn. So
You got me a room? That's so nice of you, man. Does
Vackler like put the key in his hand and then like high five?
maybe awkwardly so, yeah.
Here's the key.
It's like a semi-soft high five giving a key while the guy is too much into it. Alright.
Yeah.
It's a little
Hey.
weird.
a little bit.
I'm a
awkward.
little weird now. I need you to dial it back, all right?
Hey, Oswald, we're gonna try and find a special stone and possibly get in a fight. Do you want to join?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. If I can do my magics, and as long as I can help, sure. I mean, I don't know much about stones.
Dude, I feel like you don't know much about stones, really?
I mean, you got some in
I assumed, like, with all your knowledge, you'd practically be a stone expert, like a stone spurt or a stoner, you know? Like,
Oh, nice.
Trying a little hard here. Trying a little hard.
yeah. No, he didn't get it the first time. That said, mostly, I think you'll appreciate this. I just wanted to make sure you're included in the sort of friend activities that make Vaclo and I such good pals. Like, just want in
All
on
right.
that.
Well, if I can help, I certainly will. I know I have a lot of jewelry, so you assume that I am a stone expert, but I haven't been able to really get some stones that are valuable, just my gold and silver. But thank you for thinking of me. That's very nice.
All right, now we're just missing Viral. He went in search of an animal, and from the look of him, I'm not so certain how well acquiring one that he intends to keep alive is gonna go. Honestly,
He's actually pretty good with animal, but you obviously might not know that.
no. All I've seen is him in skins from animals he tried to friend.
Is he looking for an owl?
An owl? Nah, he's looking, I think, for a canine of some sort.
Oh, it would have been cool if he was looking for an owl.
Yeah, what you think?
Well, it's just because, owls look like they were always wearing glasses, but, like, they're not wearing glasses.
You know what?
You know,
I
that tracks.
never really thought of that. Not really certain how that applies to Voral. But yeah, all right.
Well, if we're looking for a stone, you want someone that wears glasses, because they can see better, right?
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Think about it.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure it'll keep me up late into the evening trying to figure that one out. Yeah, okay. He mentioned the name of the guy he's gonna see, but to be honest with you fellas, I did not listen nor care. So.
Oh, all right. This might be a little bit more difficult than originally thought, but I think if we put our minds to it, we should be able to find it.
He did hand you a parchment.
Wait, he did?
Mm-hmm.
Who? Voral did?
Oh, Varl. No.
Yeah.
Okay. Carry on.
No, yeah. He didn't tell me who the kennel owner was or whatever.
Well, you were there if you had listened.
Yeah, but I didn't.
But I didn't.
Like, I just know I was like, alright, that's me handled, and kind of like sauntered off.
That tracks.
Yeah, bet. So.
I listened and I don't remember the name. So
Yeah. There we go. However, I do think I could probably pretty easily track him if I go back to where we split ways over by the square. Or I could try. I mean, how many people his size are walking about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you ask around, like, have you seen a half-orc that's wearing on these skins? You'll probably get a pretty good estimate as to where Viral is.
You know what? That's a great idea. So, is there a nearby rat?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Or crow?
Let's go with Crow.
Okay, alright, I'm gonna approach a crow. Hey, I'm just gonna ask you a quick favor, and in return, I will give you food.
That sounds really cool, man.
Yeah, I like your style.
Nice.
You're laid back. I'm looking for a half-orc of roughly these dimensions wearing only animal skins. You do not have to approach him in any means if you don't need to. But
Oh, yeah.
I just need to know his location. So I'm going to stay, like, right here.
Okay.
And then whenever you come back with that information, or if you didn't see him, you can tell me that, and I'll still give you the agreed-upon payment.
So you're saying I fly around some and you like feed me?
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome.
but you get more food if you find who I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, you're looking for like a big dude wearing lots
Yeah.
of animals on him?
Yeah, but
That's
I want to
weird.
stress he's like a half orc, so he's got like teeth coming out, kind of like a boar of some sort.
Oh, rad.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a pretty identifying feature.
Alright, I'll be right back. When he flies off.
Either we just met the turtle from Finding Nemo in a different body, or we found the best fucking crow ever.
It's
Side
honestly, it's the best crow I've dealt with this whole campaign.
Indeed.
Alright, the crow comes back a few minutes later. It's like, oh, hey, little lady. Yeah, I totally found him. He's like coming back with like a little animal that's not attached to him.
Oh, that's surprising. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna like take some meat-based ration and give it to the crow.
Whoa!
What,
Yo, I'm a
crows eat-
vegan.
Crows eat
Oh.
carrion.
Not this crow.
Oh wow! All right. All
He's
right.
a Zen crow.
bread is really bad for him, or other sorts of things. But sure, I'm gonna give him like, I don't know what counts as rations, but a vegan safety
A
option.
biscuits.
Well, those technically have butter and I think egg in them. Maybe just butter. Usually milk.
But, I have
Well,
a
you
question
know,
to-
13th century vegans didn't really know what they were doing, so I'll take the biscuit, man. Thanks.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is his name Russell?
And I'm gonna tell him like, I will give you another one of those if you can try to recognize this image.
And a third one if he can solve the puzzle box.
Yeah.
I mean, alright. But, like, give me some, like, I really like tomatoes, man.
That's fair. Tomatoes are pretty good. I don't know if technically, if we're a Europe-based medieval continent, we're not gonna have those in existence.
Hey,
But
that's another.
That's a really damn good point. That's a new world item. We'll make
Nah,
it
I'm
a
sure
potato.
we can give you some sort of soft fruit. I'm sure you'd enjoy.
Yeah.
You can really jam your beak into.
I want something that's ambiguous as to what kind of, plant life it is.
Yeah,
It causes great division in people.
yeah. All right, that's an oddly specific choice, but we'll go with it. Maybe something like a hawthorn fruit, kind of looks like a crab apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's right. Alright. I'll go look for that symbol.
Thanks.
No, that was intense.
Alright.
One second, I'm telling Vegas something.
Don't tell him anything.
Yeah, it's cool. We didn't want to know anyways. Whatever.
Well, it's in the chat. I can't spell though.
Spelling's hard.
Spelling is so hard, especially for someone who's supposed to do a lot of it.
So, what kind of
for their
dog
memory.
has Viral ended up with?
I hope it's a Shih Tzu.
That's assuming I even got one.
No, you got a dog.
Oh yeah, the crow confirmed it.
Yay! What kind
What?
of dog?
You got,
Don't know.
whatever locally hunts. I don't know. A poodle.
Shih Tzu or a Husky?
Poodles are
Your
excellent
choice.
hunters.
You got a
actually.
poodle.
Well, Varal is proud of his poodle.
Me too.
And
Man.
it is a puppy.
Me too.
So you're gonna introduce us, or we're just gonna call dog?
Well, he hasn't told me his name yet, so his name is Dog for now.
Well, just ask Caddy. She should be able to say to him, and then he'll lean in close. Did you you know she can speak to animals?
And he's gonna whisper and says, I'm not sure if she's playing us or if she actually can.
I'm right here, guys. Anyway,
Shit, she can read our thoughts.
Yeah, if you stand real still, I can't see you though. It's amazing.
But you can smell our fear just by looking at us.
I definitely. Yeah, I don't know if I could talk to your dog. Usually, it's easier to communicate with smaller creatures. Their dialect is pretty simple because their brains are still real small.
It's prerequisite.
Yeah, so I'm not absolutely certain.
Well, actually, let's play it more real. So Varol would have had a simple mind, so his dog's probably named Hunter.
It's not Killer Fang.
No.
Amputator of feet.
Also, I feel like a hunting dog would have been either a greyhound or a mastiff.
But it's funnier if it's a poodle.
Poodles are really, really good hunting dogs, and my poodle has killed so many of our chickens and mice. Lots of mice.
Whatever dog it is, it's not. Well, it's not gonna be the damage maker, but a poodle would still be very funny.
Are you crazy?
It would still smell out stuff and sniff it out, you know.
Varol's gonna love that dog till the end of his life. It's not going to combat. He's just gonna use it to hunt prey.
So poodle would be perfect.
A friend of mine, back when we were in college, he has 2 dachshunds, and he owns land. And he was late to class because his 2 dachshunds were tag team slowly killing a raccoon behind his car. And he was trying to wait for them, and when he realized he was late to class, he got a pitchfork and helped them out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But they were just having fun, you know. Like, he said the raccoon was completely exhausted and just waiting for death, but his dogs didn't want to give it to him because they were having too much fun.
Yeah, that's a problem
dachshunds.
with them.
Yeah.
That's a herd mentality.
Dogs, man.
Yep, hunters.
One of my friend had one of those dogs that freeze and point when when they get a prey. But he lives in this urban place, so obviously his dog didn't do that at all.
Right.
Never. And then one day he wakes up and his dog is in his bedroom just staring at the window, not moving, and he could not get him to move. He could not understand what was happening. Until he figured it out.
He finally pointed. All right.
Yeah.
So, about an hour passes, and the crow returns. Hey! Little lady!
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I found that symbol.
Oh, sweet. And I'm going ahead and bringing out 2 biscuits. Where is it? Like, cracking it up to pieces.
Biscuits again? Man.
Oh, right. No, right. I said fruit. You got me. In that hour, would I have been able to forage some sort of questionable fruit? Cool. I'm giving him some fruits.
Wow, I have no idea if this is a fruit or not. That's exactly what I wanted.
It's actually Pebble.
It's Nightshade. Ha! No, no, that's also a New World product, kind of, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, anyway. Well, tomatoes are kind of a family of Nightshade. Anyway, it's not important.
Right on. All right.
Right.
Well,
where was it?
it's like this wood thing, like, you know, when you people kill trees and then like make stuff out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a wood thing that moved?
Not anymore.
All right. And where was this located?
I was about a mile down that patch of dead land. The dead land that like leaves all this area and goes to other places.
All right. No, I got you. I figured that's what you meant. All right. Thank you so much. It was lovely to meet you. My name's Caddy.
My name's Rod.
Nice. Well, it's lovely to meet you, Rod. And I like extend my hand like a low 5.
He's checking it for food.
I'm like, no, you hit it with your wing or the top of your head. Sometimes it's a like a goodbye.
Yeah, he high wings you.
Nice. And then I turn around to everyone else. I'm like, hey guys, I know Rod knew where it was, so we can. It's like a mile down the road. I did not. Hey, Rod, which direction? That way or that way?
He points you in a northeastern direction.
Nice. That's what I thought, but I was just making sure. Yeah, it's about a mile northeast. This should be easy.
It's a real good thing that the Rod knows, the Imperial measurement system.
I know, right? It's a ways that way. All right, and I'm gonna head out.
Hey, Caddy.
What?
It's a mile as the crow flies. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. We should keep track of that phrase. I'm sure it'll pick up real fast. Then I turned to everyone else like,
this fucking crow.
Oswald is still just like blown away that she's able to speak to animals.
yeah, no, look, dude, you do all sorts of crazy magics. This ain't magic stuff. It's just, it's just. All right, let's go.
She was born this way.
I'm gonna hop on a skew and
trot.
Yes.
Okay. You guys head up the high road. About a mile.
I always take the high road.
Good, because, that's what you did. Veral, you are not full health. I assume you want to be.
Yes, because we rested, right?
Yeah.
I am now full health.
You guys are at the wee bottom of this here map.
Why must there be always a broken cart? Witcher 3 has told me there's always a quest waiting there.
No, this is just the end of our quest. I'm sure nothing else will happen based on this specific interaction.
You know nothing's gonna happen when the DM whips out the map.
Well, you guys have the reins. Physically and narratively. Although I don't know if Askew has reins.
I mean, not really.
So what is exactly that we're looking for here right now? Just
a redstone about the size of a human thumb.
all right.
Back low.
It shouldn't be too hard to find.
His neighbor probably buzzsawed his internet.
It's called the table saw. Don't you just hate when Windows has to update twice in a row?
That was not an update. I'm starting to think it's the power in my house, maybe?
Oof.
I don't know. Something electrical, because 2 computers making the same fucking stuff.
Alright, well, try to stay with us. Alright.
PG-13, PG-13.
Yeah,
Wait,
I'm sorry.
Jaken already said that word.
You need to fucking stop cussing.
It's
I
fucking
know.
offensive.
I know. I just feel like that's the only thing I can do. Alright, let's proceed. Sorry, guys. Sorry once again.
Well, since we're looking for a stone, we're all gonna approach the cart slowly.
Yeah.
You're
I've
currently
got
on
it.
horseback, by the way.
He's gonna trot slowly toward the cart.
So not trot.
I don't know. I don't speak horse.
All right.
Yeah, neither does Oswald.
As you approach
No.
the wrecked wagon, you hear the sounds of swarming gnats and flies, who all seem to be gathered, circling around the bed of the wagon.
Well, something bad happened in that wagon. I'm assuming the horse is higher than the wagon.
Your horse, yes.
So
Not a swaggin' wagon.
I'm just gonna get closer and just peek over and see what I see.
All right. There appears to be a man in modest clothing who is laid out on the bed. Both his hands over his heart, and his eyes have been gouged out.
But is he dead?
No, he's fine. He is dead, yes.
So these are not nice people, and I'm gonna get to test my sword.
Voral's gonna turn to the party and say, well, it looks like we have a dead person on our hand.
I didn't touch him.
Murderers!
Caddy's like, oh good, I was hungry.
And after he
doesn't
says
have
that,
to
he's
stop
gonna
it.
look for obvious signs of violence.
'Kay.
Aside from the gouged eyes, obviously, that's kind of an obvious sign of violence, but other than those ones...
Roll investigation.
Why can't I find it? Because I'm an idiot.
Varal's not really convinced this is a cart.
Hey, that's officially the worst roll I've ever seen.
I
It's
don't
an
think
Well,
I've
I
ever
got a
seen-
minus 2, so give me a break.
For those of you who aren't looking at the screen at this exact moment, he got a -1. That's his result.
Yep, it's a first.
He probably believes that guy isn't dead.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta get this guy some help.
He's
And then he leans over and he's like, blink twice if you need
Yeah, how
help.
many eyes? How many fingers do you see? How many fingers?
He's like, Caddy, bring a minty berry over.
Well, Voral's gonna say, I'm not sure what killed him, and he's just gonna look around for, I don't know, highwaymen, bandits, what have you. Stay on his guard, basically.
We should have kept the crow.
Even with your -1, because it's painfully obvious, this barrel here looks like it was filled with grain, and the grain is kind of scattered about, like someone opened it and then just kind of threw it out of the cart.
Oh, they were looking for something.
So I will also try investigating, even though
Should be hard to beat me.
no, but
6.
I'm not much better.
All
You
right,
can confirm it's a cart, and you can confirm he's dead.
this crate here, you pry it open, and it is filled with spools of silk. It's worth a bit of money.
And it has the emblem that Caddy showed us, right?
The cart has the emblem, yes, and the man has it. You can kind of see a bit of it underneath one of his hands.
I'm gonna motion to our tracker.
The remaining barrel looks like it had wine in it, and it has spilled out onto the floor. The ground. I almost let slip that we're on a set, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh no! Don't break the fourth wall. Viewers
Don't look at
hate
the
when
camera.
you do that.
Exit stage left.
So I'm guessing we see lots of traces, tracks around.
Not with a 6,
There-
you don't.
Now, is there anything in the silk? Do you want to pull the silk out of the crate and see if there's something in it?
Well, Caddy, you can try.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna go over there because they.
You probably don't want Voral playing with silk if you want to sell that silk back.
Yeah, I want to check stuff. So yeah, I'll go over. Investigation. Here's to hoping I don't muck it up. Ah, nice.
Nope.
And that's for the whole scene.
Yeah.
Okay. You find a small box, the size of a cigar box. That is, the lid has been broken open and it had a metal locked clasp that has just been like wrenched open, and it had a cloth, a silk cloth, and whatever it was holding is gone, and then the box was thrown underneath the cart. You also, upon looking upon the scene, you see that a very hard to see wire, a piano wire, is affixed to some kind of mechanism underneath the man, and if you tried to move him, you would trip the wire.
Right. Well, I wasn't necessarily thinking about moving him. But I am going to warn everyone, in case y'all don't have eyes, that this is rigged to... There's a trap, so maybe do not move our dead friend merchant.
Got it.
You also do find some tracks. You see what appear to be a pair of human male-sized footprints, or humanoid male.
Yeah.
You know, roughly 6 feet, and they appear to have arrived. You see a lot of their movement about, and then they left with followed by each one a set of horse tracks.
In which direction did they arrive from?
They arrived and left in a thatwardly direction.
All right,
And
guys.
Were the footprints like footprints or boot prints?
Horseshoes.
Yeah, they were boot prints.
Okay.
And then horses. They stole the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Well, it was just a you're not sure if it was a horse per se, but definitely a hoofed horseshoed creature, yeah.
Yeah.
And at some point, there's a single footprint. The guy had a pebble in his shoe.
Yeah, he like had to hop on one foot, I'm sure. All right.
Jesus carried him.
Oh, and you also see a small amount of blood on the driver's seat.
Yeah. Now he looks like he died pretty fast. I can't see how he died. Like, there's not an obvious wound on the merchant guy.
No, you don't.
I mean, he doesn't have eyes anymore, so.
You don't see any wound. Actually, no. If you're inspecting rather thoroughly, you see on the back of his neck an arrow hole.
Yeah, no, that's what
An
I
arrow
figured.
wound. It was one clean shot. Thwap.
I've done some of those. Sorry.
No, does the blood on the driver's seat look like it came from a second source?
No, it looks like
Okay.
he was sitting in the driver's seat, got hit in the back of the neck, bled out on the seat, and then he was moved to the bed.
Okay.
And then, more disturbingly, his eyes got taken out.
Yeah, which isn't great.
You can tell by the
That might have been the crow, actually.
the wounds of the eyes. You can tell that his blood had already thickened considerably before they gouged at his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So it was probably the crow.
You can tell it was a bladed instrument, not a beak.
No, the crow wouldn't eat meat.
Yeah.
He was vegan.
He's a
I
vegan
thought
crow.
he was an hypocrite. That was the...
He's trying, all right?
Maybe he was
All
attacking
right.
someone that wore fur.
Yep.
No, bad. Sit.
Anyway, can we... I feel like we have the information we need from here. So I would appreciate if we could all back away from the scene. You could all just, like, we're going to head northeast, right? So if y'all could just step a good deal away, we're going to tie some rope to his arms, and then we're going to back up along the length of rope and then pull him and see what happens.
Just before you do that, I'm all on board for that. I just want to kill the silk here and make sure that we don't come away empty-handed. Oh,
you return this to its rightful owners.
Or yeah. No, I like the first idea of keeping it first. I don't know why you think any of us would be interested in doing the right thing.
We're all gonna climb down his horse, grab the box, put it on the back of his horse, tie it up so it doesn't
I don't
fall.
think a
and then
single
climb back on the
horse
box.
can carry the box.
It's a
Though.
pretty
It's
big
silk.
box.
Oh, it's a pretty big box. Never mind. Is
The
there-
box is
is there a
sturdy
drag it?
enough. Yeah, you can just like drag it behind
Drag
the
it.
horse.
Okay, I'll drag it like right there somewhere.
Okay.
For now.
All right. Long story short, you pull on the man, and as you do, you all hear this very mechanical click, and a firebomb goes off and immediately begins to catch him and the wagon on fire.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I figured would happen. But what's important is that now they'll think we triggered a bomb and hurt ourselves or something, if they're nearby enough to see it. That said, the footprints go this way, so shall we?
Yes.
All right. Roll survival to track the footprints.
Can I help her?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
Caddy, do it with advantage.
I also use that opportunity to teach my dog about hunting.
All right. You follow the tracks. They lead about half a mile away from the road, and they come to an area where it seems a lot of family crypts were made. So there are these large burial mounds, and one such crypt, the door has been forcibly opened, and that's where the tracks lead.
Wow, that's pretty obvious.
Forcibly open from the inside or forcibly open from the outside?
From the outside. You can see a faint light inside. An orange glow.
Mm-hmm. Can I see anyone around that light with my whole like dim vision?
No,
or
it's
whatever?
pretty deep in there.
All right. I'm gonna just like motion to the guys to be quiet, and I'm gonna try and sneak closer to the entrance and look in.
Okay.
As usual, when we do that, I'm gonna be like 60 feet behind.
Roll that stealth.
Okay.
Oh, and yeah,
I've
roll stealth.
Okay.
All right. With a 26, you vanish.
Yeah. I mean, I could cast Pass Without Trace, but I'm not really worried about it.
All right. And then you kind of sneak up to this area of kind of the area the tunnel into the crypt has depreciated over time, and a lot of it is kind of eroded away. But inside you see the makings of a crypt that kind of descends into a lower level, and you hear a voice say, "Here you are, my lord. We found this ruby." "Is that all you have to present to me? Do you not know I am a god?
Can I
I
see
require more tribute."
Can I see anyone yet?
All right, you peer out over the ledge, and there are two human men, one holding a torch, which is casting the light, and they are speaking to this bizarre creature that you couldn't imagine just finding anywhere. It is this,
It's not Shugel.
it's kind of like this 4-foot wide floating head, a single eyeball, and all these tentacles coming out of it, 6 of them ending in smaller eyeballs.
Oh dear lord.
And it's holding a ruby with 2 of its tentacles, and it's like, "This measly offering is not enough. You must go and bring me more riches."
Oof. That is not a handsome fella. And And the guys worshipping this disgusting creature, they're just...
They seem rather intimidated by it.
Oh. I mean, here's the thing. Shooting eyes is normally a very difficult thing to do, and now he's made it so incredibly easy. By just being one.
One big eye.
But I'm going to, scooch back away from the ledge and also tell everyone else that, guys, there's this thing I can't even begin to imagine how to describe. It's like it's a singular eye thing, yeah, and it's got all these little bits coming off of it, moving around. It's like up in the air, and just
And you just don't care?
I'm just rolling history. You give me the penalty that you want if I've ever read about such a creature, whatever. Because it could change my reaction. I'm letting it up to you.
Yeah, you have no idea what the heck she's talking about.
Okay. But I do get she's talking about some kind of abomination, right?
Something unnatural.
Sure sounds like an abomination. Look, I'm just gonna say
that
it's
sure
got what
sounds
we want.
like a worthy opponent for this blade. Shing.
Spirit Reaver says, I smell magic. I'm hungry.
I think there's more than a ruby to explain our presence here. And I'm clearly, you can clearly see I'm combat ready and I'm about to jump in the hole. I'm 60 feet behind, but I'm heading there, you know?
Yeah,
Okay,
well, yeah, I came back.
Spirit Reaver, when you hit with him, you can spend a hit die to deal an extra 1d8 necrotic damage. Or, if the creature you're attacking is a spellcaster, that increases to 2d10 necrotic damage.
2d10. Okay,
if it's a spellcaster. If it's a non-spellcaster, just 1d10 necrotic damage.
And the Beholder does qualify as a spellcaster? Interrogation mark?
I think any aberration would kind of qualify. Because an aberration is made by magic.
Okay.
So you can do spellcaster or aberration.
Gotcha.
And how'd you know it was a beholder?
Yeah. I've been tipped off. let's just say I've been tipped off.
The irony of this whole situation.
Looks like that.
That I have eye painting right behind me.
It's a skinny Beholder.
Like right here is a painting of an eye.
No, I see it, yeah.
Yeah. The hilarity.
I reckon Vaklo is not being... now it happened to me too. You're not alone, Fisto. Is not being sneaky.
No, I wanna tell him to let me go in first, please.
Yeah, maybe we can draw it out.
Well, I was
So what exactly is our plan of attack here?
I was intending to surprise it first.
That works with me. I'll be ready.
Since I'm a little sneakier than yourself.
Well, I'm ready to fight, so you just tell me when to go in.
Yeah, I mean, just right behind me. Like, let me...
I'm gonna ask Spirit Reaver to be a little bit patient.
I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah. Let's not test it too much.
Alright.
I'm gonna let the rest of the group know that the blade did smell magic, right?
Ah, good.
All right, you want to make another stealth check?
Myself, yeah. Watch. This one will be like really bad. Am I allowed to just I'm not sure that'll do better. If I take a 10, it's a 16. I don't really want to chance it. Can I just take the 10? Is that an option?
Sure.
Cool.
All right. You got a 16. No one seems to notice you.
Yeah. And where are people positioned?
Let me put you
No.
on the battle map.
All right.
All right. You good? You there?
I'm not on the battle map. I don't see it.
I just moved Caddy.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I can see perfectly only up to like halfway through the creature. Am I able to move like another 5 feet forward without incurring any sort of
Yeah.
reaction? All right. I can kind of see. I want to go ahead and
If you like belly crawl, you can probably get up to the ledge.
all right, yeah, I'm gonna be down. Although if I belly crawl, won't I have a disadvantage on ranged attack?
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so. Like lying prone.
I know you actually. I think being prone just gives you disadvantage on attacks, but I might be mistaken.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know
if
it has
it's, like,
disadvantage on ranged
melee
attacks
attack.
against you.
Yeah,
Yes, you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
all attacks. Okay, then I don't want to lie prone. But if I can stand like here or here,
Well, yeah, or you can also move behind that sarcophagus there.
yeah, then I'm gonna do that. But I'm assuming everyone's pretty close behind me. Hoping so. Because I was just kind of like, yeah, just come in after me. Like, let me get up there and then make your entrance.
If she signals, I'm gonna move 30 more
Can-
feet.
Can you see into the, like, darkness enough for me to signal?
I don't think so.
Oswald would have been hot on her trails.
Yeah, I
seeing as
feel
she-
like.
Does Oswald want to roll a stealth check?
Yeah, I definitely does. Ready for this awesome stealth roll?
I'm
Let's
so
do
ready.
it. It's gonna work.
Yep.
Oh dear lord.
All right, so you come into the tunnel, and you just hear, "What's this? Another has come to worship me."
Of course, I heard about your grandeur, and I had to introduce myself to such a fine master so that I could offer proper prize.
Two of its eyes glare at his followers. He's like, "I told you to keep it secret, but since you managed to bring me another worshipper, I'll be willing to overlook it. Come, my new follower, bask in my glory."
First, Oswald will bow, says, "Oh, thank you, your eminence, your glory, for allowing me to just be able to bask in your glory. I shall attempt to be a good worshipper."
Excellent! I need more competent worshippers. These two are idiots.
And he's just gonna get closer and just start bowing.
I believe we need to allocate some time for reverence. The three of you may now worship me. And the two men look at each other, and then they kind of get to their knees and start to kind of,
Oh, praise the all-seeing, the tyrant eye, the many-tentacled one. Praise be.
We need to work on our hymns to me. But for now, that will do. Continue.
I'm thinking maybe maybe I should pretend.
At this point, the two of you are outside. You can probably hear shouting. You can't quite make it out, but shouting coming from within.
Well, I'm trying to get nearer very slowly, trying to figure out what's happening. Like, trying to get a look at Caddy. If she's still there and doesn't look worried, I won't worry. So
the lead guy here, he's mid bow and he's like, great and powerful one. We didn't tell anyone about. Did you tell anyone? And the other guy's like, me? Yeah, no, I thought maybe you did. And they both turn to you.
Oh no, it was definitely this one here. He mentioned one night in a tavern about his patron that he was going to go pay reverence to, and his stories were just so enthralling that I had to come and see for myself.
The one big eye narrows. These two haven't left my site of summoning since they summoned me. And the guy next to you hear him grumble, on accident.
Oh well, no, this was before they summoned you. It was in the plans. They couldn't stop talking about it, and this made you sound so amazing that I had to see for myself, make sure that these idiots weren't liars. And now that I've seen you, obviously they were not liars.
You think you can come into my sanctum and bullshit me? Boys, kill this interloper.
And with that, I would like to loose an arrow directly at the eye.
And do we hear that from the outside?
Both of you make perception checks. And then loose your arrow. With advantage, because you're hidden.
Yeah. That's a 12 from Viral. Vaclo?
Well, Viral, with the 12, you hear the word kill.
Well, Varl just takes out his weapons and start going in. Like, there's no... He heard the word kill, he's going in. Vaclo as well, I guess.
Yeah, Vaclo heard it too. Alright.
I'm gonna go in shouting something like, "You criminals come! You can't escape from me!" I'm trying to make Oswald pass for a criminal that's on the run, like,
Sure.
and just gather attention, like, change the focus.
If you want to be a bandit, you can use the following line. That's a nice head you have on your shoulders.
I
assume you haven't cast Hunter's Mark? Or
No.
Okay, so just you hit him for 7 damage, and he goes, "Oh, that hurts so much! Kill her too!" Roll initiative, everybody.
I'm giggling. Well, actually decent initiative.
I'm gonna drag myself. Or should I roll without a token?
Click on your token and roll it.
Caddy's so well hidden, I don't even see her.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, laptop. Slow.
Actually, weirdly enough, I don't see the floor in front of me.
Yeah, do you have dark vision?
I do not believe so.
A half orc should.
Yeah.
I do, dark vision 60.
Okay.
Oh, I got friends now.
Okay. Caddy, you are first.
Oswald, the idea was not to be last on initiative. You're kind of supposed to survive this round.
Hey, Vegas, if you're still with us, could you do maps and tokens for me?
Yeah. I was hoping not to be last.
But I mean, we
Honestly,
don't really
Oswald,
choose
that's
our
one of your
initiative.
better rolls tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Indeed.
With that in mind, I'm gonna fire for that guy.
I guess Vegas isn't with us anymore.
R.I.P.
Did you see
Don't
who I was
joke.
firing for?
No, sure didn't.
Oh, I was firing for the guy nearest Oswald.
Okay.
It's a shame that the DM has to do everything, right?
Oh, hang on. Is it thank you? There you are.
A 20 to hit and 11 damage.
11 damage on a 20 to hit. You kill him.
Nice. And then
Stick a fork in him. He's done.
I can do a second attack, right? Or is that only?
That
my
is
beast?
correct.
Awesome. My second attack is gonna be at the other follower.
Okay.
I want to leave the eye to Vaclo because it seems a little scarier.
I hope I can jump down there.
That is a hit.
20.
You hit him. Square,
Only 5 damage.
You
Though.
hit him square in the chest. He is wounded.
Nice. And that's my turn.
Okay. Backlow, you're up.
Alright, so I'm guessing I'm like 30 feet away from the edge of the entrance.
No, you're where your token is.
Okay, okay. So that's gonna be 1. I can't see very well. 2, 3, 4. Can I jump down from there?
Yeah. It's like a 10-foot
Okay.
drop. So make a acrobatics check.
Okay. Can it be athletics? Ah,
It's
I'm
acrobatics.
still- Okay, 17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, and that's gonna be my move. I'm gonna ready an attack action for anyone coming near me.
Okay. Creature's turn. Ah, you killed half of my followers!
He has 2 followers.
I'm good like
Um,
that.
It's only a third. There's 1 dead. There's 3 of us total.
I see through your bullshit! Alright, he's gonna point an eye stalk way over at Caddy.
Mm.
And is going to fire a Devour Magic Ray. Dex save, please.
Okay. Wait 1 second. Dex save. Gotta go to saves.
I have the feeling
Do
he
I
didn't pick the
just
right one.
roll Dex?
Okay, you dodge out of the way of it. And it's going to point an eye stalk at Oswald. And he's going to be firing a Paralyzing Ray. And make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Ow.
I feel Oswald's gonna take a nap.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, it's gonna go
Oh,
well.
actually,
Hey!
actually,
He resists the Paralyzing Ray. And then it points another eye stalk at Vaclo.
Yeah.
And is going to fire a Fire Ray. Please make a Dexterity saving throw.
A little. And it's gonna work.
Alright. It hits.
Ah, wait. I do have my. I think I have advantage of that with my feet. Background class. I should have. Yep, I get another roll.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
nope.
better.
You still
Alright, so you
take
get hit
all
for
the damage.
26 fire damage.
Ow.
And that
Okay.
brings us to Varol's turn.
Okay, Varal. He can do 8 squares. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You said what is it to jump down?
10 feet drop.
Acrobatics check.
Can it be athletics?
No, it's acrobatics.
God
I
damn it.
asked the same question.
It's a DC 10. You'll be fine. See, you're fine.
So then I just jumped down. So that's, I think it was 6 or 5.
5.
I don't remember
Yeah,
my
it's
count. 5, 6, 7, 8, and I'm gonna swing at this guy. Oh, he did. Oh, he did.
Do you want to describe his unfortunate demise?
So, Varal brings up his great axe and he starts he starts running, and then as he gets to the ledge, he brings out his great axe. He jumps down with his great axe over his head, and he just still with the momentum of the axe coming down, he runs the guy and just slices him in half from top to bottom.
Nice. So you do this prolonged leap.
Yeah.
All right, that's another dead cultist.
Well,
Right.
I have another attack. I don't know what to
Oh.
do with it. So
Okay,
that's
you swing intimidatingly into the air.
it. Yeah.
All right, Oswald. Since you're starting your turn, he is going to stare at you with his big eye. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Luckily, Oswald is really wise.
Yeah.
Dear
all
Lord,
right.
you should have said that. You could have jinxed.
You shrug off the effects. Oh, and now that you're aware of this, you can at the start of your turn you can choose to avert your eyes. But if you do, you are blind against the creature.
Hmm. Okay.
That's you choose at the start of your turn.
Yep.
So this turn you're good to go.
First, Oswald is going to say, "The primal energies will within me," and as he does, his chest it swells up, as you saw when he was on top of the wall, and he is going to cast a spell. The spell I'm thinking of, though, is Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
And he is going to choose. He saw this guy shoot fire,
Yep.
lightning.
Okay.
And then for my action, I'm going to take the defensive action. Just
Okay. Isn't it an action to cast and a? Oh no, is it a bonus action to cast and an action to use? No, it's one bonus action to cast,
yeah, and then an action to use.
but you're not going to use it. You're just going to defend.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Vaklo. When you cast this spell, your sword says, "Him, kill him."
He's not a threat. And I'm gonna,
All right, Caddy, you're up.
I'm gonna do something.
Oh, jeez. Things are looking spicy. I'm pretty safe back here, so I'm just gonna hurl another arrow at our eyebally boy. Because that's what I know how to do, and I don't know much about all this spell slinging.
Fortunately, a 12 is going to glance off of his pink skin.
And then I'll fire a second one.
On the other side, it
Until
glances off.
doesn't,
of him.
yeah.
And he goes, "I
Boing.
wasn't ready for you with the first arrow, but now you can't harm me. I'm a god."
I mean, if you were an all-seeing god, wouldn't you have seen the first one coming?
Vaklo.
That's my turn.
He averts his gaze to you. You can choose to avoid it, or you can make a wisdom saving throw. If you avoid it, you're blind against him for the remainder of your turn.
I'm gonna avoid it because I'm focused on myself. I want to heal myself a little bit. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you attack him, you'll be at disadvantage for being blind.
Okay. So it's my turn. Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna start running up to him, cast Second Wind.
That ain't a spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Second Wind. I like using my finger to close a wound.
ESO Gaming is on to you. He's like, Vaklo's here this time?
And I'm gonna use Spirit Weaver.
Okay, remember you have disadvantage because you averted your gaze.
Yep.
Are you gonna spend hit dice to do?
He can decide that after he's hit.
Oh, okay.
16.
16 is a hit.
And for 16 damage,
Yeah, that's.
I cannot use a bonus action to try and trip something that's floating, so I'm gonna attack him a second time. $23 for
That's another hit.
13.
All right, you make
I'm just blindly slashing his way, and it works.
Oof, ESO. Shots fired. Shots fired. All right, yeah, you slash into him. He's looking wounded, and he's like, "Ah! What blade is that? What are you holding? Get it away from me! Oh, the horror!
Die, you abomination!
The abomination is my father! I swear!"
I'm a little bit saddened, but it's not gonna stop me.
His turn. All right, first things first, he's going to point one of his eyes at you, Vaklo. And he's going to fire an Enervation Ray. Make a Constitution saving throw.
23.
Yeah, all right, you nail it. You resist the ray, and then he points another one at Caddy. Fires. It is a Devour Magic Ray. Make a Dex save.
Dex save.
Yep,
Devour magic.
that's what it's called. All right, you duck out of the way of the ray, and then it's going to point the remaining one at the orc, half orc.
No.
And then he's going to fire a fire ray at you. Dex save.
Uh-oh. Ah, it's okay.
All right, yeah. So everyone just kind of ducked and dodged and resisted his beams, and he's like, "This isn't supposed to be how it happens." Verall, you're up.
Okay, bonus action. I'm gonna rage. Hold on, I just want to make sure. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. It lasts for 1 minute.
Okay, while he's doing that, ESO, for some reason, I can't stream Arma. I just can't. OBS chokes me down to 0 bytes per second, and it just shows a black screen. Every other game, it works fine, but I can't do Arma anymore, and I don't know why. However, some of the other community members in Word Platoon stream. You should be able to find a link to our Word Platoon streaming group, and then you can find some of them. I think Gextroll and Headshot stream every week. Alright, so you're raging?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna run up to him.
Well, thanks, ESO. I appreciate it.
I'm not sure if I want to declare frenzy. Why not? I declare frenzy. I'll be exhausted after this fight, but I declare frenzy as well. Can't do anything with frenzy yet. It's gonna be active on my next turn because I declared it this turn, and that is it. So I'm gonna attack him, and I'm gonna attack him normally. And then I get an extra attack because I believe that one's a miss, right?
Yeah, your axe doesn't quite penetrate. Your second swing finds purchase, digs into his skin, and he's looking badly wounded now.
Oh, I might have called frenzy for no reason. Anyway, my turn is over.
All right, Oswald, he says, "All right, if you want to prove your loyalty, help me out against these big brutes."
Wouldn't it be a twist that he turns?
All right, I'll just get in position to attack him, and he's going to walk right up here, and then take a deep breath, and look like he's about to aim towards his companions, but the last second turns and just shoots the 15-foot cone towards this multiple-eyed minion.
Yeah, all right.
I'll cast the spell again, so you can...
Yeah. It won't hit anyone other than him.
Nope. Oh, that's my first level spell, so that's why I can't find it.
Ooh.
Dex save. He is a +2 on that, so he needs a 12 up. Looks like saving throws are good to go. So he takes half damage.
Yep.
So he takes 5 fire damage.
Lightning.
Lightning damage. And then he goes, "Oh, you lied to me again!"
And he's doing it all without looking at him. Like, I want to stress, like, he's, like, looking down, so he's just, like, walking and breathing in the general direction.
Right. The advantage of having saving throw attacks. All right, Caddy, you're up. Yeah, you like side spit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow, this guy's really looking bad, ain't he?
Yep.
Alright, well, one more arrow ought to do it if it hits. I clicked on the wrong tab. There we go.
Hey, thanks
That's
for the
only
raid.
4 damage.
Unfortunately, we're almost done. But you guys can stick around for the end of combat. Oh, yeah, 4 damage. Okay, you hit him. A grazing strike, but your arrow, makes him bleed. He's still
Flash true. And then, of course, my second attack.
And that will not kill him. But he's damn near close. He's looking like he's on death's door. A gentle gust of breeze might kill him.
And at the end of that, I'm going to be like, Vaklo, just come on. Just finish it off. And then I'm done. My turn.
Okay. Vaklo, on your turn, the creature looks at you, and for the first time since you've seen it, you can see his big one eye is full of fear, and he's like, "Wait! Remember that time I said I was a god? I may have exaggerated! We can come to an arrangement!"
You
We've
have to die, abomination!
And you hear the voice in your head go, "I couldn't agree more."
Yeah, I mean, I don't like its face, and I need to...
What face?
Yeah.
It has a mouth.
Parts of a face or something.
He's got half a face, one eye and one mouth. He's good. He doesn't need a nose.
It would be much
Clearly.
better if you had one eye and 2 mouths.
There you go. All right. You wanna articulate his death?
Well, the blade is plunged right into the center of the eye as it's looking quite widely at Vaklo, begging him for its life, and he's like, "Nope."
And as you sink your blade into the goth and kill it, everyone watches as it sort of shrivels up like a raisin, and this black energy pulsates across its body and goes into his sword. And Vaklo, you just hear, "Yes, I knew you would be a worthy wielder."
I'm just gonna, like, it's weird when it happens. It's probably a weird rush that I don't quite like.
Yeah, actually, you feel like this burst of endorphins that kind of like ripple out from your hands.
So after a little while to be like, what's happening? I'm gonna turn to the friends, to the group, and
Pick up the
be like,
stone.
the sword seems pleased with our actions.
You know what would please me? If you picked up that big red rock.
Yep, I'm gonna pick it.
All right.
And I'm gonna sheath the sword. I'm gonna proceed as if nothing had happened.
ESO was like, he did.
Oswald is going to spend some time just breathing lightning up into the, like, away from people, just because he doesn't want to. He has it for a minute. He wants to get his use out of it.
Yeah, so he basically
He's
just
like,
does-
hey, check this out.
he's just
Yeah.
doing his one-man rave.
Yeah.
It's nice. I'm gonna stop and admire that.
He probably should not do this around Spirit Reaper.
Speaking of Spirit Reaver, as he's doing this, Vaklo, you hear in your head, "Look at him. If you plunged me into his heart, you would feel good again."
Yeah, I'm gonna quicken my step and get the hell out of here for now. I need some air. I'm just gonna say I need some air.
All
Poor
right.
guys, I've got so many arrows now. Or
So
I will.
you've retrieved the ruby.
I'm gonna get my arrows back.
Okay.
What I can.
And you guys can. It's funny. You're doing all this because you want to rush order arrows, and here you are using up arrows.
Yeah. Well, I get half back Remember?
Yes, I do. It was my rule.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and call it here. Well, you guys will be returning back to town when we start up next week, and
All right.
hopefully we will be joined by another person who might be our fourth official member. We'll have to see how he goes. We've been burned before.
I have a good feeling about Monkey Drake. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
felt that way about both.
He's talked more than most.
We'll see. I'm optimistic. You have to be. Otherwise, why bother? So,
I am
everybody,
too.
thanks for joining us. I think this was a good session, especially off the back burner of last week's disaster. New guy, once again, thanks for joining us, filling in as Varol.
worries.
Yay!
And
Always up for that.
so,
Always a pleasure.
we will be back, same bat place, same bat time next week. Tune in, and thanks for joining us. Everybody have a good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.